อันนี้ไอ้ปู่อันนี้ดูเชิงปู่ดิเฮียดูเชิงปู่ดิเฮ้ยมึงตีบอมไหนเนี่ยเฮ้ยมึงตีที่ไหนก่อนไอ้เฮียตีทุกบอม
Here. Does he get the little green light that he wants? That, absolutely not. Sire player played in very nicely off the back of Carpe. Beautiful start.
Time to perfection there. We'll isolate Victor as well, somebody who is pivotal in terms of NRG's mid-rounding on the attack. She's will clear through the Trailblazer. NRG stacked up here as well, but already 3 T1 bodies ready to defend the C site.
Yeah, pivoting. They have to. They've already got so many of these rotations in, so much of that counter utility in place. It's somewhat at least denied that springboard effect that maybe NRG wanted to try and pressure towards that C site, and it's a double back. Maybe just taking their time through here, see if they can catch one player overextending, but no one is. This is patient play from T1.
Definitely looking to slow things down now. Ardis reveal, but actually still punishes Munchkin on the swing off the turret there.
Over-delivering and trying to keep their attention towards B. He can cause them so many problems now, trying to, I guess, hit that rotation back from the C site. But again, we look at what could stop them this. Do they still think the Sire player would be here? It was a glance. It was just a quick look from Crashies, but he adjusts well enough to find Sire player. That gives them the sight. This is a really nice round from NRG, just drawing T1 so thin across the map.
Beautifully recovered to get into this position now. T1 lagging behind a little bit in terms of the rotation timing as well. Allow NRG to set up very comfortably. And look at Ardis' disconnected position. These players on site just need to buy time for him.
Paranoia is going to help. That should have connected at least towards 1, maybe 2. Pop Flash goes in, and FNS can't see a thing. Now, Crashy's still going to find value, though. Could be a third not to be. Here we go. Now we look towards Ardis. He was the final player, meant to be the final boss in this. Note, no one is on that spike. It was just a tap. The second time of asking, he's got a nice little line of sight on this. It was chip damage. Oh, the spacing on that was a little off there. Ardis gets away, and now time is against Carpe. He's got no time left on this one, and Ardis times it to perfection.
Opens up with the Red Bull clutch here in the pistol round. And Ardis definitely the power player in that setup, but NRG crumble on site and still able to close it out. That safe plant position. Beautifully done by NRG to recover that round into that position, but like I said, Carpe and Zeta did everything they needed to on site here.
So many swings and roundabouts in that round. That first pick played in perfectly, Victor going down.
And a little bit chaotic as well. With this plant, you must read that Ardis is disconnected, right? And the swing from Carpe is just so off kilter. I don't know if that's a miscommunication. Somebody's looking to tap and Carpe's not swinging, but it looked like that first half was going to be stuck at least.
We do have a stack coming up from T1, just leaving. He's Carpe, yeah, only Carpe towards that C side, so he's going to be going through the process of doing what he can. He's got a classic, so T1 trying to just keep bodies on that A site. Could do well to facilitate that first pick in the first round, but going to be hard to do it now. See how clean NRG can keep this, though. They do obviously have some much better weaponry. We just have that Marshall out for Sire player, so that's the one you want to be seeing potentially find connection. But for NRG, they're going to start feeling all of this pressure. So many bodies now kind of identified towards the A side that I wonder if they continue on this track.
Well, you obviously heard the Marshall ringing off here from Sire. No tags coming through just yet. Looking for a blind spam, but Victor explodes onto Sire. We'll find 2.
Such a little animal like this. Does so well on the Neon. I know he had a little bit of a
shaky performance last time, but it's beautiful
to see him get a little confidence building early. Eco Cobra
around shot.
You take him when you get him. Hello. They're just going to find one. Sire player did connect towards Ardis. So not as clear as you'd imagine, but there is a recovered weapon. It's not much. Can they make anything of it now? Carpe really wants to try and tee up Zeta to do something. That's going to do it. Now Victor's gone down. This is a problem. Getting a little bit more dicey here. 2 more seconds on the flash. Cove's gone up. But Crashies is just body blocking that spike. He's going to keep himself on this. Just put his life literally on the line. Oh, toyed with. Gorgeous. Zeta now. Can he get past on the final He's done it. Has he got the time on this one? I think he does. That's a tragedy for NRG and T1 turning those tables around.
Back-to-back rounds where this post-plant hold that should be fairly comfortable crumbles for NRG. This time around, T1 capitalize. Get the defuse on top of that. The flip here in round 2. Massive boom to the T1 economy. Zeta's upgrade from Finesse, dropping that Spectre at the top of the ropes, makes all the difference. You see the engagement with Stinger versus Spectre there from the ropes, and Zeta able to punish. Ardis going to throw a Guardian in here. Victor back on Stinger once again. Actually, Sheriff's in a frenzy here, so to find an opening pick, NRG could make something of this.
Victor's going to be overwhelmed though. There's 3 players on this. T1 willing to brawl it out now. Crashy's going to go down first and foremostly. The rest of NRG hoping for a favorable outcome, but Artist already taken low, but does take one with him.
มาดิสวนนะ
Arpe still just standing.
ดื้อนะ
Messiah player here. They're willing to shoulder this challenge. I mean, they've got the Vandals. If you start losing out, you do feel a little silly. FNS actually making something on the side player now. Gotta deliver, and he does. Beautifully done. Got a little bit dangerous there. He goes down. Suddenly, it's a little bit more vulnerable.
Absolutely. Blade Storm online though, nice and early for
ดูท่านั่งด้วยเป็นไง
offset to the economy if they do want to try and get
ท่านั่งเว้นที่ไว้แดกข้าวครับ
his hands early on.
คือถ้ามีจานข้าวมาวางก็คือตรงกลางเลยชิวๆไม่มีเกะกะ
down at 150 so
เล่นไปแดกไปได้
in the next if NRG are able to strike back here. Lockdown available, Seekers available here for Crashies as well. That's our T1 reckoning Seekers and the Blade Storm. Curious really if this early trend will continue because I was talking about T1 potentially being conditioned by that EDG matchup in terms of being ready for aggression, being ready for very explosive early rounds. Finesse potentially going to be tested here.
ตายยังลืมไม่เต็มที่เลย
They got caught on the flash, so the T1 know that there's players here. Oh, Carpe just couldn't capitalize on the swing. Side player gets out of there, but NRG now given a chance.
Carpe's the one to swing wider on that. I know Sai was expecting to maybe bait off the back of that, but Crashy's looking to blow through the Trailblazer here and potentially even throw the Seekers in here. Big damage, yeah, and with Carpe falling, Sai's going to have to play this out at 21 HP.
Do they continue on this track though? NRG have options. They've still got 55 seconds to make best of a bad scenario. Going in towards Saya. Cove pop.
โยกไงโดนปู่โยกไง
Saya player goes looking for information. He finds all too much.
Forced out by that utility perfectly.
ปากนี้ก็เสร็จดิ
Lockdown invested as well. NRG want to get this round on the board.
How much can one man do? He's got to stand and fight, and he takes no one
โอ้
with him.
โหเหี้ยเข้าบอมยังแบบชิวๆอ่ะ ไม่มีประมาทครับ เห็นปะวางล็อกดาวน์แต่เดินเข้าบอมแบบกดชิปอะปกติจะวิ่งตีนแตกอะเหี้ยเข้าบอมแบบกดชิป
The Blade Storm being available, but down at 150 credits, maybe just wants to protect a full purchase here.
ไม่บิดสวัสดีครับ
Yeah, he is jumping up towards the archway. Isolated, Bam will find one. A consolation at least. LG on the other hand with those credits remaining. Probably not wanting to hunt this down too desperately.
Oh. เดี๋ยววันนี้จบคู่แรกอาบน้ำสระผมหน่อยคู่แรกนะคู่แรกถ้าจบแมปแรกคงไม่ทัน
Again, kind of rolling it back. Ban, I don't think in this one I'm going to kind of put him in the same light, but
งั้นคู่นี้ขอ 2-0
against NRG, for example,
เห็นไหม
confident
เห็นไหม
early,
ปู่
started to really come online towards the later
ได้
stages
บู
of that previous.
And I think this round is a perfect indicator for how T1 want to approach this, but NRG having a second stacked up on this extremity, the awareness needs to be there for T1. That is a possibility after that EDG matchup and then being, like I said, forced into a position where T1 had to be the aggressors in a lot of their defensive rounds, just to try and reduce numbers.
Still with so many ults to play with. Carpe's got his, Zeta and Sire player all ready to go. Obviously Munchkin and Ban a little further away, but similar scenes at the start. We've seen this kind of almost consistently. Sire player willing to take an early fight here, look for an early challenge, but mostly just take space. Now, first time we're really seeing NRG though with bodies behind it, exploring this B option.
Zeta taking a ton of damage there. On the side, actually, Victor gets hacked up as well.
เหี้ยปู่สั่งโยก
Exchange, but doesn't amount to anything.
ดูดิเห็นไหมถ้าจะโยกกลับ A มีปู่มีปู่
So Victor was one away, slowed down by the nano swarm now, but
ตัวทำให้โยกได้ง่าย
a little bit of control for the time being.
แถมเลิกได้ด้วยแต่เหมือนจะไม่ได้โยกเพราะบอมตกแล้วครับ
I was a little nervous that Victor has the spike there. That could have been so much worse. Luckily for him, Crashies is able to grab it, didn't fall too far away. But now looking across the map, Finesse outdone Ban, so ready for it, working perfectly off the back of the utility, and NRG not finding the success they previously had, losing out on players, losing out on that presence on A.
เฮ้ยมึงตีบอมไหนเนี่ย
No, Som's got
เฮ้ยมึงตีที่ไหนก่อน
just individual work unless Artist can over deliver, and he absolutely can't. T1 holding the ground there.
Artist actually got
ตีทุกบอม
situation. entirely sure how he found the second there, but T1 find their third. You noted these ultimates aren't being relied upon here. So still some tools at T1's disposal. Finesse, unfortunately, just can't find it. I thought maybe that was over the top and Saya saw a
แม่ง
pixel.
คุยกันเละเทะแม่งแยกกันเละเทะ
It was just a blind spam.
A2 B2 C2 เนี่ยไอ้ A1 A ปู่อยู่คนเดียว
Broken by coming out from NRG.
Forcing around Victor's ultimate potentially does have a stinger in hand as well, but Guardian in the hands of
เอา
Crashes.
แล้ว
Making quick work here though, but you can see Sire player exploring towards middle this time. On the other side is Ardis. And the adjustment not quick enough for that one. Ardis all
ดัน
too
สุ่ม
prepared.
4สุ่ม8
Having quite a nice game already, Ardis. Miscasting games that he's in. But NRG gonna fall away from this. They've had that early win in
ดัน
this
ง่าย
round,
ไป
right?
เพื่อน
So
ดัน
1 minute
แบบ
15,
เขาเรียกว่า
they've
ดัน
got
แบบ
options to explore.
ลักไก่เลย
Carpe looking to swap out with Zeta potentially to make use
ไม่
of
มี
the
ของ
Seekers.
ไม่มีอะไร
NRG
ดันหน้า
this
สด
time around, I haven't really seen them comfortably take an opening duel.
มาแล้วไปยึด
Saya
ฝั่ง A เมนมาแล้วครับ
swung up on a platter, to be honest
กลับมา
with
คอน
you.
โทรลแมปที่ C ต่อ อย่างนี้จบ A 100%เดี๋ยวเดินกลับแล้ว
Bouncing, I'm not sure if that will leave the gap. No, we'll still cover the choke point.
อุ้ยไม่กลับแล้ววะ
But Victor's just
Yeah,
straight
man,
to
I
work, straight to business.
gap and a man,
He
yeah.
does find Zeta. Damage taken, yes, down to 15 HP, but he's still alive and still a threat. Carpe gonna try and catch him across the wall, but it's Munchkin finds Victor, and they take back the side control. They're not giving it up just yet, though. As
ระแวงหลัง
critical kill
ระแวงหลัง
towards the site, that could
คิว
facilitate
จอยล่าสุดอยู่ B
30 seconds left.
โคนระแวงอ่ะ
2v4.
แต่อดิตอยู่นี่แล้วครับ
Still haven't fully got side control to
รู้แล้วมาปาไฟ
obtain this plant. Maybe waiting for some smoke to come through. At the perfect time. Munchkin even eats a little bit of spam on the way out, down to 7 HP, makes this almost undoable.
แม่งเล่นคนระแวงอ่ะ
Will retreat away. And I want to see T1 lean away from some of these solo swings in the early rounds. I mean, Saya and Carpe previously looking to take deep control outside Mound, maybe pick off Finesse or Ardis, whoever they're expecting to find outside C lobby.
สวยว่ะน้ำฝน
This is another example where Saya's given one up and there's no
ดา
possibility
บ
of a
พี่แม่ง
trade.
มีแต่ขยะ
Absolutely not. And they
โด
don't
ย
gain
เฉพาะไอ้เหี้ย
anything
สาธิตอะ
in terms of information
แม
because
นยู
NRG
ได้
can
เจ้า
just
ของ
slow
ใหม่
things
เหี้ย
down.
เลยมึง
Then a slight overcommitment from
Mature,
Zeta
man.
as
Mature,
well.
man.
I mean, he's got the
Good
reckoning, can potentially slow down a hit, but it just comes so late on. There's no pressure on NRG. I think even actually the AoE was just outside main anyway. Maybe Victor, regardless, he can zip straight past that. But potentially here, if we see Saya pick up the operator, maybe that's an indicator to slow things down and maybe look to. It's just comfortable for Ardis there.
Yeah, these do feel a little bit individual, even just the fights alone. Yeah, obviously kind of signified very clearly at the start by Sire player, but let's see if he can maybe get his head back in the game here. You can't be giving NRG those opportunities. They'd absolutely love to be giving them. It's still a close game though, 3 apiece. Not seeing either team fully break away just yet. NRG back to this early lean towards 8.
I mean, in terms of the numbers, though, this is the half that you want to see T1 post up an advantage. 64% win rate on defense overall regionally.
ด่าพี่หาที่สุดให้โอเว่นเหรอ
Where we want to see them set up for success in the second. Victor looking to actually find some space here, and he's got very deep. He's going to find Ban potentially. No, Ban finds
แฟดมาช้าไปแบบ
I'm amazed that Ban got away with that one, but the barrel even showing. The finesse, giving it up, crashes.
แฟดมาช้าไปนิดนึงฮะ
But the site, yes, it's theirs.
จังหวะ
but
ไม่
they
ตรง
suffered
กัน
so much on the way in. Victor and FNS going down makes this tricky, and now the flank has got a lot of bodies towards it. Ardis got 3 potential targets to handle. Spots 1, takes 1, but that's all he's going to get. TP toyed with.
เฮ้ยทำอะไรอ่ะ
So I'm going to stand his ground. He's got crashes by his
เอา
side.
แล้ว
They've been
TP
struggling
หลอก
with those plants.
And it's been on this side. They've struggled, Lauren.
ตาย
So here, crashes has no idea.
นั่งทำอะไรอ่ะ
Well, unfortunate for him as Som now left in a 1v3. Big round,
Oh.
not gonna happen. Carpe's got him. Som's gone down. And once again, those retakes elude them. They evade them here. Not getting what they want at all.
Potential to be played in with
ถ้าแฟดก็โดนเพื่อนแล้วนะ
maybe a wall up from Zeta and a flash from
ทำทรงกรรม
Carpe.
แฟดนะไอ้ส้ม
Try and catch them in the choke point here.
There's the flash. Wait and see if side player does
Ui,
much with this.
khom.
It's actually Carpe to find Som.
เหี้ยวันนี้คาเป้มาว่ะ
Just on the backside of the mound.
Wow, okay. Yeah, Carpe,
คาเป้โคตรโกรธ
beautiful start to this, and that's frustrating. Som going down does remove some of those later round options.
Hey.
Sire player 1-for-1 trade, though.
Yeah, I mean, you take that in this situation after Storm's already fallen. Now you want to see T1, like I said, disengage from this. Use the numbers advantage here and
อันนี้ชนะได้เพย์ออฟเลยไหม
minimize the risk on the way in.
Well, the options
ไม่
for NRG are
มั่นใจเรื่องตารางเลย
dreary,
ว่ะ
aren't they?
ชนะได้เพย์ออฟหรือเปล่า
What are you meant to do with this? How are you meant to take towards your site? I guess you could take a gamble,
ต้องดูตาราง
hope
ใน
that maybe
VLRGT
Ban's
ฮะดูง่าย
in an uncomfortable position over towards A. Where is Ban? He's just jump spotting. Okay, so he should be able to get the information early. There it is.
ใครชนะได้เข้าเพย์ออฟ
Didn't
ครับ
spot initially.
Okay, hold on. Well, Ban's made a meal of it.
Rumble.
That's tragic.
He spotted on the first jump spot there.
อีกแล้วปู่โยกอีกแล้ว
Crashes was actually ahead
เจอ
of
ฟูสั่งโยก
that first jump spot.
Though this has
Lapak.
given them such an opportunity. It
Lapak
shouldn't have
คืน
happened. Lockdown on either side as well. 3v3 now in the post plant. Can NRG make up for those lost rounds they've been struggling with here? They don't have to go too far away from this. They do have to kind of go back towards tree, slip back a little
ปั
deeper.
ก
Oh,
ของ
this still has a little bit of kit to play with
ปัก
too,
ของมัน
but
คินไม่ค่อยดีว่ะ
taking back towards the site. FNS should be able to catch that cross, apply some pressure once they start trying to get towards the site, but he looks like the first port of call here. They've already made it through. Now there's problems. He tries to overextend.
แล้วรู้
Gets
ตำแหน่ง
taken
2
down.
ตัว
Artist holds the line though. Site's still NRG's as T1 struggling to take those next steps.
Comfortably closing out an A site post plant hold here, and the lockdown exchange really doesn't favor T1 at all. A little bit baffled by the investment there, especially at the timing. If you just wait for that to close out from Artists, I feel like they can invest this much smarter. I think it's Finesse falls here, but he gets off a crucial snake bite to stop Carpe and Zeta from actually flooding back in onto site. So even though he goes down there, able to still assist a little bit. I think actually the vulnerable taking effect on Munchkin on that initial
หน้าไม่ง
swing
กด
into
ตลอด
mid
เวลา
side.
เฮียวิกเตอร์มึง
I'm
กดใคร
still
บ่าวะ
worried about Ban after that round. He's going to
อุ้ย
have to get his head
แม่งเช็คแน่
in this game.
ลาก่อนอาดิษ
Zion
เฮ้ย
though, had this ult for a
เฮ้ย
moment or two. His challenger is
เฮ้ย
just tucked in the
โอ้
corner.
อะไรวะ
Oh. Not good enough that time. Oh, this patience pays.
That shouldn't be a surprise though. And again, it's another
ไม่
one
ยอม
where
เช็คว่ะ
burn a flash from Carpe. If you're going to
Sure.
make a play like that, just have a flash to confirm presence there.
And they've been doing well at that before. That's the crazy part of this. Okay, Victor caught in no man's land. Nice soul spray again. This is going to be bits and pieces.
Ow.
Yeah, oh, this
เซต้าเฮียระยะ
heads
แบ
up
บ
work
นี้
from
ยิง
him.
ไม่ตาย
Lovely little round. NRG starting to string together some rounds here. And again, I need to see recovery from T1.
เนี่ยดูเขาส่องให้ดู
Will
มัน
it
ส
look
มอง
like
ขอ
it
งปู่ครั
operators
บ
out? You kind of considered that earlier on in this
ตึง
game.
นะ
This
ตึ
is
ง
the
นะ
round
ตึ
they're
ง
going
นะ
to
ชาย
invest
คน
in.
เนี้ย
Is this going to be a little more of a passive hold here from Saya? Have the Seekers, have the pit for Ban, so you can maybe reinforce that anchor towards A site. We'll still see Munchkin provide a little bit of support in terms of utility. Artist disconnected once again. Doesn't have Finesse now in this position. We saw them stacked up previously together in the early rounds. NRG looking to step the pace up a little bit in terms of early round pressure.
Yeah, trying to work in the dark a little bit here. None of the presence can be fully confirmed that there's bodies behind it, but there's a lot of utility shown, a lot of audio cues. But Artist goes walkabouts. This time Munchkin's got him dead. Not going to get as much freedom as they had before. They get to slip away with the man advantage early, leaving Sire player posted up with that operator.
Yeah, just spotted with the Trailblazer. Won't necessarily have confirmation there's an operator in hand just yet, but in terms of the mid-round, this
เฮ้ย
looks
ดู
much better for
ดู
T1.
แคชชี่
Now
ถื
they
อบอม
have
ไปดิ
some sort of, I guess,
เฮ้ย
safety net with the Viper's
มัน
Pit
กล้า
going
ถื
up
อ
and
ดี
an
ว่ะ
operator on the other side of the map. NRG
เอาแล้ว
look as if they were
แทงแล้ว
posturing
แคชชี่
towards
แทง
B-side
แล้ว
split here. The
เฮ้ย
crashes
อัน
with
ติ
the
เฮียอะไรวะ
spike
อันติยึดต้นไม้ครับ
towards the backside of the pit here. The alarm bot's got, so
ไปวางหลัง
again,
บอม
Munchkin is
อย่างนี้ไป
wary
วาง
of
หลัง
any
บอม
sort of
ชิว
lurking towards spawn, but a little bit of a gap here for NRG
ๆ แต่
to
เขารู้แล้วแหละเขา
potentially
รู้
make
แล้วถ้า
something
เงียบขนาด
happen.
เนี้ย
They let Slom
ไปเล่น
slip
CT
deeper.
แทน
That's what I'm hoping they do, and they have. They've got him just posted up towards
ดี
CT,
ป่าววะ
not
ยึดตรง
going
นี้
too far away, but they've done this quietly, right? They're working in the shadows towards it.
อย่าวางให้ตรงนี้ว่ะ
Will be forced into a
และอันติเอ้าโอ้
orthodox
โห
path, but the pit is so deep towards spawn.
And that just cuts off so much of the avenue of approach until
เอาเรื่องไหม
fallen and giving Munchkin the way forward. They've
เฮ้ย
now
ไม่
got
เอา
an
แล้วว่ะ
opportunity.
กูว่า
Now
ไม่
it's
เอา
actually
แล้วว่ะ
NRG
มันไม่
looking
ครอบ
a
ส
little
ไปร์อะดิ
surrounded here. Couple of brave explorers towards that pit might be happening as well. Let's see if they hold on towards that for Finesse. As Crash is looking to maybe remove Ban from this, find themselves a little bit of a corner of comfort.
Crash has got a shorty.
Oh Lord, the drop!
Oh, Kachi.
Crash is going to take down Ban, but his Munchkin having around here. 3 already. Crash is burning.
Oh, Munchkin, yes, man.
He's not relenting. This guy just aced NRG, and in no easy feat.
ครับ Munchkin.
And a totally new look to the A side post-bomb with this pit up towards spawn, and T1 once again come out on top of it. What a strange round. And what's even stranger is that a member of T1 comes out with an ace here. I mean, Crash, he sends both flashes in here, and Munchkin stands his ground.
เชี่ย Munchkin วางเป้าโคตรดีเลยว่ะแม่งวางเหมือนทาบมาเลย
This goes completely differently. If there's still a poison orb and a couple of snake bites for Finesse to work with, NRG can potentially commit to a much looser, more passive hold here. You can see Crash is desperate to try and negate that pit towards Tree. Munchkin's found one for free.
Yeah, saw nothing. I'm pretty sure that Victor going down instantaneously, just caught on the cross. That's going to be frustrating. I'm going to note that there's been some deeper progress made from NRG, but they've been sent on their way. They can't make it towards the site just yet. T1, this is much nicer. I mean, yes, off the back of Munchkin, but still, and look at this space for side player. He doesn't have to go too far here.
ถามว่าตีดีไหม
You
มัน
just
ก็
sit on this. The map is theirs, basically. 3 players ready to greet them on A. You've
มัน
still
เป็น
got
สถาน
that
การณ์เฉ
presence
พาะหน้า
of
ก็
utility
ไม่เคยไป
towards
วางตรงนั้นเหมือนกัน
Munchkin
เว้ย
Sire player.
โอ้หมูห
That's a
ก
shot you
ไอ้
want to be
เหี้ย
hitting, but they now know that the map is indeed
Oh.
very small.
I mean, that's the green light to hit towards A. There's so many questions elsewhere.
โอ้แล้วแพ้ปะเนี่ย
Things up, Ban will
เอา
fall.
แพ้น่ะ
Seeker's invested here. Lockdown to potentially counter, but the plant will come through. An opportunity to reset here for NRG.
แพ้ปะน่ะ
Okay, wall goes up, trade comes in. They're going to get back towards the site now. That flank is still something that's going to be weighing heavily in NRG's mind. You can see already the T1 trying to toy with the timing. It Crash, she's not going to fall for the flash.
แล้วไม่
Goes
กู้
well
จริง
against
ว่ะ
Scarpe. There's the flank though. Sire player going to answer back in. With the tap on the spike, they have to respond. They have to check. And Zeta was auto ready. And now it's on Sire player to try and do that damage. And
Oh!
Zeta! How do you get that one back? Oh, this looked good for it.
I was in the same position as the pistol.
Yeah.
ไอ้เหี้ยสาย
This
ยา
time
ส
around,
ไนไม่โด
Zeta
นเลย
lands the shot. Operator retrieved. And T1 will come into the final round, 1 up. NRG, 2 Guardians and a Bulldog on the board earlier. We'll see how the purchase actually ends up. Beautiful adjustment here.
โอ้ยเหี้ยตะโกนด่าด้วยเป็นไง
Huge from T1.
เหี้ยตะโกนด่าซะหน่อย
So impressed with their work. And
Ui,
NRG
Satan set
back
cup.
to what they hope is working.
Yeah,
Victor
Satan
being
khốt chuột.
found so early on suddenly doesn't
Victor.
have much, but once again, Sire player. Yes, this time there's a little bit of utility there. Yes, this time maybe Artist comes back around. But again, it's so indicative of space.
NRG ไม่ค่อยโยกเลยว่ะ
Even so, Sire's continuing to pressure the backline. And this time, NRG, I don't know if they feel as if they've done
หรือ
enough
ไม่ก็
work
ทีวัน
to
เขาทำงาน
force
มา
him
ดีฮะ
out of that mindset, but we see otherwise.
ดูทีวันเลยแม่งดันสูงตลอดเลย
Does okay. Tries to swing ahead of it. Tries to make
ไอ้เหี้ยหมาหัน
something
กลับ
of
มา
it.
กัด
But
โอ้โห
Artist just cleaned him through the wall.
หมา
That comes on
หมา
that
จะเข้าไปแล้วอะ
Munchkin.
แต่หมาหันกลับมากัดเลยว่ะ
So vulnerable. Yeah, Sire player took some space, but who
เหมือนเรา
cares
นี่
at
จะ
this
โดน
point?
ว่ะ
That should be a plant if they need it.
Still got that alarm box to deal with. I don't think Artist is going to get out of range of it. So Sire's got to reconsider maybe approaching the door here. Reckoning invested. Again, there's no body to swing off this, though.
Store. Anyone?
อุ้ยเหี้ย
Thank God there's an extra wall there.
Yep. That would have been you dead otherwise. Now just down to Sire player. A 1v3 required. Only a Bulldog picked up. Isolates the first. Crashes goes down. 2 more. That's a hard angle to clear though. NRG making no mistakes at the end there. Taking this back to 6 apiece.
Alti want to
เอาดิ
approach this in
จ๊ะ
terms
กัน
of
ที่ A หน่อย
pacing.
จ๊ะกัน
I
ที่
do
A
want to see them build around Sire here on the attacking half, but might even be an early
จ๊ะไปก่อน
exchange here. Some will fall
จ๊ะไปอีกหนึ่ง
immediately.
สายยา
Huge
Oh.
one. The crashes as well. It's so
อุ้ย
clean.
เป็นไง
Sire player really making
เชี่ย
sure he's
เมาส์
dead
ค้าง
there.
เล็กน้อยว่ะ
Down. This is look, they
Do we
don't
have our answer
Yeah.
already?
I think we do. They were trying to fight fire with fire, and T1 win that clean.
แล้วมีมีดนะ
NRG feeling embarrassed after that. Ooh, all five
Saya
standing.
mi meat.
That's a message, Mike.
The prime
สายามี
gaming
มีด
force
ค
to
รับ
open
5
up the
ติ๊กไป
pistol
แล้ว
round. And one of the quickest we'll probably see.
Yeah, what a start. Let's have a little look at this again. Yeah,
เอ้าไอ้เหี้ย
135
วาร์ปมาสุ่ม
basically, first
4
blood, fully confirmed, drawn. Sire player, man, so clean with it.
Beautifully done. And this is a statement sent. If T1 now
แม่งยิงแบบ
build
โดน
upon
เม็ด
this and set the tone here for their attacking half. Actually, Sire 2 away from the Blade Storm already. Had a very early Blade Storm in the first half after that round 2 flip.
True. Okay, so it's gonna be Finesse feeling that pressure over towards
โอ้ย
C
ไม่ได้
side,
ยิง
couple
3
shots
หรอ
coming his way.
And a heavy lean towards A for NRG.
Yeah, I mean, 3
โอ้ย
players
ไม่ได้
yes,
แบ่งมั่ว
dedicated
แล้ววะ
4 almost if you want to throw maybe some into that mix too, but now what can FNS do with this? He's got support on the way, but there's a gap and it's closing. Yep.
Caught by it.
Bye. You can already see the Hunters coming on downside player though. The counter flash wasn't bad. That could have been maybe a little more to it. Maybe they can get something a little bit.
เฮ้ย อะไร
Being a problem down to now 3. They've lost out on the rifles. Yes, recoverable though, and they have side control. Spike back to hand. They
เหม็น
should
บู
be
ด
able
ละ
to
เหม็น
secure
บูด
it.
ละเริ่มเหม็น
NRG
บูดละ
cause any more mayhem.
Taking a while to get the plant down though. NRG are going to be in a position to set up here. Paranoia and a flash to come through immediately.
Yeah, they've fallen away from the site though. That allows a little bit of room for T1 to re-engage. Nicely handled here by T1.
ปืนไม่ดีอะ
Ton of damage done though.
Yes. If we look at kind of, I guess, the minutiae of it, NRG will be happy with that round. They made something out of very
NT.
little, but the stability from T1 to cancel on that paranoia was
โดนตัดไปเยอะ
fantastic.
อยู่
I think Ban and Munchkin actually came out with 2K on that, so not the worst, but the timing on the swings here, NRG just so slippery to pin down. Enables Victor to find 2 with the classic. Make this interesting, yes, but T1, like you said, perfect time to cancel the plant and commit to that engagement.
ปู่ยิง3
NRG make absolutely the right decision there. You can see the utility
Ooh,
was
may
on
ma
point
wa.
to try and flood back onto site.
And this is when that benefit of having
ถ้า
Sire
ปู่ไม่มา
player
ก็
having
GG
big
ดิ
impactful rounds early on
แล้ว
those
มีมีด
first
โบนัส
two,
ลาวไง
farm up towards
มันคิด
Blade.
เปิด 1
Munchkin finding a finesse.
ฟูไปอีกแล้วไปอีกแล้วฟูบายฟูบายโอ้
What's going on, Mike?
NRG
Absolute collapses outside rubble here. It's a wide open A site.
NRG ไม่รอดนะแบบนี้
Making his way back over towards stairs, but
ยากครับ
another one that's just it's over in the first 15
ถ้าปู่ยิง
seconds.
ได้เล่นหน่อย
Is it the
ให้
timing
ปู่
that
ไม่ยิง
finesse
ไง
fell that suddenly Victor and Crashes were vulnerable? I want to see the timing of how those kills came in. But at this point, this round's wrapped anyway. Som and Ardis are saving. There's no questioning that here. And considering the bike, can they bolster this much? I'm trying to see if they can get any more. I think they'll be happy with what they got the upgrades on anyway. They've been able to kind of fill out the buy.
Well, this is a little unorthodox. If Ardis is going to commit his utility over towards C or towards B,
และขยัน
and
พีค
finesse
ซะด้วย
not
ไอ้
be
เหี้ย
that typical Viper
ไม่
angle
ลั่น
towards tree,
ไม่ลั่น
then
แต่พีค
they either need to commit to
ดู
this
ที่มันตาย
fight
ดิ
or
ตาย
be
หม
in
ด
a position to, I guess, play damage control, right? Mitigate as much
พีคนะ
progress from T1 as possible. And they're on the hunt right now. They're looking to punish. They're looking to try and potentially remove these weapons, but still a big gap. I think there's, I mean, Som's the only one that looks like he might be caught, but Munchkin hesitant.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see a very early timeout here from NRG
okay.
to maybe reconsider this setup.
Yeah, I want to see the timing on this again.
Oh.
Yeah, finding finesse, that's
แม่นมากๆปู่แม่นมาก
Ball's gonna drop
ไอ้
back.
เหี้ย
Yeah, you're just
พีค
trying to make miracles happen at that point. It's just, I'm a little surprised that finesse was caught, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like I said, if you're going to switch up like this, then your anchor can't die like that.
Nope.
It has to be post-contact. You know, yes, you can take a little risk and maybe spot for information, but T1 looking to continue with this pace.
NRG have taken, at least a little bit of
แม่ง
map
จ่าย
control
ของมัน
elsewhere.
เละเทะที่ A อะอุ้ยแล้วพีดีกว่า การพีดีของเขาบอกว่าจะมา A ครับ
So that's going to be those two dealing with that, but they pulled the
เอ้ย
plug
ไม่
on Victor
เอ้า
as
แล้วโยก
well.
ไปทำอะไร C
Bringing
อะ
back towards B, sitting super
C
deep
ได้
on
ตั้
this
ง
A
ลึก
side.
แต่โยก
Crash
กลับไป
just
เฉย
jump spotting this event.
อุ้ย B ปะเนี่ยอย่างเงี้ย B ปะเนี่ย
Is this NRG leaning towards a retake setup on A consistently here? Crashies with the drop down, semi-committed towards the side hold.
What does he have? Okay.
วิกเตอร์ครับวิกเตอร์
It's not much. It's been seen. Flash going to be sent. No opportunities off the back of that either.
Artis has slipped through. I don't think Munchkin's in range of that turret. Could be. Yeah, he is. Actually does spot out Artis.
They're trying to fold. They're trying to fold through towards B, but Som, he's there. He's in flash.
Yeah, เจอพี่ส้มกู
3 massive kills. And now 3v2. FNS Victor and Crash is still not ideally equipped, but still, at least with their lives, 28 seconds, and T1 are struggling. The spike is down in such a precarious position.
ยังไง
สไปค์ Flash gets the spike, waits to see anyone swing, no one does. Victor takes the next step, but takes
ไอ้เหี้ยคลาสสิกมึงโกงไป
Victor is just nuts with that gun.
คลาสสิกมึงโกง
Running
ไป
another kill here.
อันนี้
Finesse gonna wait things out. 10 seconds
ไอ้
left.
ปู่
Munchkin.
อันนี้
An awful lot left to do here.
อันนี้ดูเชิงปู่ดิไอ้เหี้ยดูเชิงปู่ดิ
Not pretty.
It's not going in the high-low
ไอ้เหี้ยโคตรโกงอ่ะ
T1 desperate to play this out and almost react based on something at NRG show. As soon as Artis is spotted on the flank, they look for this split through link. They look to pop the door, but Som digs his heels in. Massive bailout round from him. This is on the back of what? The saved rifle and a stinger, I think?
ไอ้เหี้ยโยกตั้งนานวิ่งมาตายไอ้เหี้ยไอ้นี่มีแต่ของว่ะไอ้เหี้ย
Good with that gun, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's alright with it.
แม่งบอกไอ้ที่นี่ทำเหี้ยอะไรวะภาษาเกาหลีนะ
NRG get themselves back on the board in this half. First one they've been able to post here.
Victor going exploring with the operator. I don't think confirmed on the other side of this, but Munchkin has to be on red alert now.
While this is happening, you can see T1 taking a lot of space towards B. There is a massive amount of utility set up there, though. Artis littering it on the floor. Side player's gone down as well. So that's a little bit of utility removed, but Victor has to get away from this.
โอ้โห
Oh,
โอ้เหี้ยโอ้โดนล้อมโดนทุกทาง มันรอดได้ไงวะ
explore that option on the C site. 4 of them now standing, and the lockdown invested. This will force the hand of NRG.
ยังไม่ได้กินเลยเลยฮะ
So desperate to try and still make something happen with this operator, but
ไม่รู้กินอะไร
T1
ไม่
wait out the timing on the lockdown perfectly. It might just catch one. Yeah, Finesse. We'll have to wait this out.
เคลื่อนตัวช้าครับคนนี้
But NRG surely can't make it back to B.
Som's got an Odin as well, so
Can get back there. Okay. So now this is when there could be a little bit of danger on this one. The Seekers, it's all headed one way. Straight towards him. On towards CT. Plant going to come in. Does he get denied? No. Okay. Plants in. Time on the side of T1.
to get that down there.
วางง่ายจัง
And we'll find one onto Artis as well. So it brings it to a 4v4.
I do like the way they kind of fought for that connector side of things rather than trying to face towards CT, but where are the options now for NRG? Brought back to 4-4, it's tricky to make this work. Operator in play, Odin in play. It's not going to be as easy to try and find those next steps, but
Victor เปลี่ยนปืนไหมเพื่อน
desperately looking for that pick, has to switch up to the rifle. Flash goes in, knows the player on the right. Carpe should be seen here, and he's dealt with. Victor, lovely. Next couple of steps, they're going to get a move on here. They've got the time to get them, and Victor is running it back perfectly. Anyone else to find him? It's Munchkin waiting. The fuse started. Oh, and Victor again.
Yeah, Victor.
Gorgeous from Victor. Diffuse there. NRG running it back with just a second to spare.
One insane retake by NRG. It feels like the time has almost passed here. That window of opportunity had closed, but Victor able to pick up the pace a little bit. You see, just half a second off saving Carpe with the wall going up. The finest of margins in this round. NRG will double down now, 2 rounds to the name in the second half.
พอดีกว่า
Haven't broken the economy just yet of T1.
ถ้าพออย่างนี้เราสั่งอะไรดี
But we'll force the timeout.
I want to see what they do in these early rounds now. Starting to see a little bit more life in NRG, kind of forcing unfavorable situations to T1, losing outside player on that B take, for example, then having to pivot towards C. And again, we saw what happened there. That retake was down to literally like a second or 2 spare, but I mean, they pull it off, so you have to kind of give credit where it's due. Now about to tie things up, though, for T1, is there an easy adjustment you see in this, or is it beyond some simple adjustment?
I think if they can identify that actually it's Artis and Finesse majority of the time committing towards holding C, then they actually commit to this rubble engagement. Again, Som, he's kind of the one that's in the safest position, I'll say, inside Link. But again, for me, the weak links in terms of on paper, when you look at how NRG are playing here, it has to be Victor and Crashies. Now, that's a different discussion altogether. Calling Victor and Crashies the weaker side of the defense. Yeah, exactly, of a defensive setup from NRG. But I don't think T1 have clocked onto that just yet.
No, maybe with that timeout they've been able to kind of find it,
ข้าวหมูทอด
talk through it, see if that becomes something now.
สุดคลาสสิก
This time around, a little bit of an adjusted setup as well
Nah,
towards
what
C. Artist spreading the wealth of the utility as Munchkin trying to find that fair fight on FNS. Already a little bit of damage done to him towards him, so clearly they spotted each other out in the early round.
I'd say, was that a spam from the jump spot potentially?
That's where that benefit of that Killjoy utility will be found. Artist this time with the operator towards B. That's a little interesting. Trying to imply pressure on the A site though. And T1 starting to drift away from this. That's a little bit of a different look now for T1 to try and navigate through.
สั่งแผนครับสั่งแผนก็
Contact
ประมาณนี้แหละ
also
เนาะ
hitting on the C site.
Well, that's a utility, but it comes on very late in this round. And the problem being, these indicators is going to force them towards Artist's operator. Trailblazer will force him back a little deeper. But lots of question marks across the map here for T1.
Yeah, T1 taking the tour, right? They start out towards A, kind of split towards C a little bit now,
Yeah,
leaning
เขา control
heavier
map
this way.
ดี
Can
อยู่
they get
นะ
that lurk
ดู
to
ดิ
be activated?
ดูฝั่ง
Can Ban find value? Som's been
NRG
outstanding
ไม่
in
ได้
this
เลย
role,
เลย
and
แต่
he's
ว่า
done it again.
ก็
This
เดิน
guy
มาเข้าเป้าเหมือนกัน
just holding it down. Now there's really, well, shouldn't be as much doubt as there is. Ardis, this is
เฮ้ย
everything and the shots missed. Unfortunate,
กระตุก
yes,
กระตุก
but it's the way
ก
it
ระตุก
goes.
จัด
And now T1 have full site control.
โอ้ย
Trying to get a
เหี้ย
little
ส้ม
bit deeper. Munchkin gets deleted by Som. Who's starting to really hit here, bringing it to a 4v3, favourable towards NRG, but the time now is on their side. They have the plant down.
รู้แล้วถ้าอย่างงี้รู้ข่าวแล้วว่าเขาดันใกล้
Prevent any further progress from T1 into spawn. Messiah forced back by the paranoia. Carpe will bail him out though.
โอ้ย
shots
คา
from
เป้
Carpe. 1v2, Som's been good. Oh, you can see the paranoia caused by that TP. Zeta still, though, focused on the wall. Som looking for an opportunity, a chance. Anyone out of place, the wall's going to drop. He sees no one. Disappeared. Spotted now. Zeta's got him.
คาเป้ว่ะ
Carpe delivering well there in that post plant.
I thought the paranoia would force them all the way back onto site, but
Man,
it's actually a
quite
re-swing
high
here
there,
from
yeah.
Carpe to bail Saya out, and then they double down. Massive value found. Slight adjustment on the plant as well enabled them to be more aggressive towards spawn. It's unfortunate. I think Artist is even looking there to pop the nano swarm potentially.
Like it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, a rough timing moment for him.
But a different
Oh,
look
don't
from
Leo.
T1 though, kind of taking the tour of the entire
Yeah.
map. Yes, kind of
So
leaving a
wala
player posted on every extremity, trying to get that lurk
แต่มี
going.
อันติ
It's
วิกเตอร์อยู่
interesting
ค
as
รับ
well
เปลี่ยน
because
เกม
obviously
ได้ครั
without
บ
this
อันติ
Killjoy
วิกเตอร์
utility, it commits
ถ้า
Crashes
ใช้
and
แบบ
Victor towards staying here very late. They have to
สอ
prevent
ง
a
ตัว
lurk.
นะวิกเตอร์
Are they getting proactive? A little bit here. Yeah, Flash goes in and
Fire.
say hello. The Flash
Victor.
found nothing. Ban a little ahead of it. Gonna note the Crashes is nearby. Gotta be careful.
Fire.
There are still pistols out. Guardian as well
ดี
for
นะยัง
Som.
ไม่เปิด
But Ban's done very well here, mitigating all of that threat that could have come through towards A. And NRG not finding the start they'd want here, maybe cause a little bit of problems on those early fights, but this buy not going to find any value so far.
Finesse does concede that space on Mound
น่าเจอกัน
outside
ที่
C,
แมป
but
3 ไปคิดว่า
T1 will pause, waiting for maybe an information
อย่าง
peak.
นี้แมป 300%
They're stacked up now and they've cut noise.
บายแน่เป็นทีเด็ดเหมือนกันเดี๋ยว
I like
We'll
this though.
confirm.
อุ้ย
Does Artist get a chance?
เชยเกือบ
Chance is
ได้
a strong word. It was a glimpse for a second, and this is nice from T1. Very clean work. They were up against kind of a not really a forced
Light
fight, just
investment,
a very light investment. It was just bits and pieces. So not too much to write home about, at least in that round.
Yep,
But we have to talk
don't
bigger
yep,
picture
yep,
here, because
yep,
that's
yep.
T1 making it up to 11. That's big, and that's why NRG just hit the brakes, right? This is now it's crunch time. You've got plenty of ult zone, Mike. They got almost everything ready, barring the lockdown, which is only one.
ต้องรอดู
I
ราว
mean,
นี้
the
ครับ
stars
ถ้า
are
ราว
on
นี้
for
ไม่
them.
ได้ก็
They
ไปแล้ว
have so much to invest here behind this.
ราวนี้
This
ต้องมา
feels
ก่อน
like a must win. What? I mean, call it 1,500 credits across the board for
Teamwork
NRG
up.
behind this
ขอบคุณ
purchase.
สไครต์ใหม่ด้วยครับขอบคุณมากครับ
With a Prime Gaming flawless, actually puts T1 in a position where they can play out a few more risky engagements here. The benefit of the scoreline as well. T1 in the driving seat here. They have a Viper's Pit of their own, the Reckoning as well.
Yeah, still
Hands of Zeta, so
something to play with. Well, one away from a Blade Storm as well, I think, for side player.
yep.
Okay. This is when the game gets fun, right? Because The fact that we came onto this map and T1 clearly identifying a vulnerability with NRG, right? Maybe from that Na'Vi game, maybe even beyond that, but regardless, identifying something. This half was always the worry as well. If you're an NRG fan, you're looking at being a bit worried.
Just to talk about the setup once again, defensively, you don't want to see Finesse or Ardis really overcommit to these duels or really denying any space from T1, because like I said, Crashies and Victor have to stay in position with no Killjoy utility there to prevent a lurk from rubble through towards stairs or onto A site. They're already leaning heavily towards a retake on B and C. I mean, B's the only one that potentially they can stop a push or be there to greet the push and actually fight for it, because there's two weak extremities.
Deep breaths now. One of the odds invested so far. That's towards B, so Viper Pit going to be committed. We see a 3-play walk over towards Mound as well. Crashies, Victor, Som, all there. And it's Sire player. Top of the box. Dog going to come in. Paranoia Ascent doesn't get affected by this just yet either. And it's all posturing. No commitment behind this.
Carpenter didn't want Sire to see anything there. Defensive flash to prevent a push, but look at where Victor's already disconnected to. Let's come back now. Som will be healed up, but no first blood conceded. T1, I guess T1 definitely looking to try and get a grasp here with the Viper's Pit towards B. It indicates a switch up. So where's that pressure point? Now we have that Killjoy utility littered across A site, and Ardis will potentially try and slow things down, maybe even get a kill and get the lockdown online. T1 still noted here.
Are they going to commit on this? I want to see if they fully go for this. They've drawn out a lot of utility, 35 seconds, they can't pivot too far away. Flash goes in, Som goes up, 21 HP though, he ain't got much to play with. The adjustments there, Sire players in, Crashies holding it back for Victor. They've denied the cross and the spike's gone loose. With 24 seconds, we need miracles from Sire, and it ain't happening. NRG, the body's in the right place now. Munchkin knifed out, he has no idea. They've already taken so much space, and Crashies wants him dead, so does Victor. Crashies the one to get him, but talk to me about that round, Mike, because that felt like T1 walked into what NRG wanted.
Yeah, I was going to say that there's no confirmation from T1 of numbers on the other side here. Big question marks, and it almost feels like, let's throw out reckoning and wait half a second to maybe look for a ping, but NRG are able to just position here. Again, Som takes so much damage, but as soon as he falls, there's no second layer to this from T1. Nobody sweeps around towards Waterfall. It's all one-dimensional towards Som.
It looks like they're trying to run it again. Yeah, so FNS posted towards B, Ardis over towards A this time. You know, obviously that Killjoy utility is there, but it's a switch around, right? So you've got the 4-play stack over towards the A side for T1 here, and now you can already see the hunt coming out from Victor though. He wants to close that gap. He's found the target. He's got the victim. That's Munchkin gone, and now the backline is not secure. But you've got to go towards Ardis. In between literally a rock and a hard place. How do you get past this? Simply stall. That's what Ardis wants to do. This guy. Always so good, but can do something unthinkable.
มานะ
Two already, but he's got to find 3 more.
ไอ้ปู่ไม่ระวังเหรอปู่ไม่ระวังโอ้ยดีนะไม่เห็นไอ้สัตว์
Pixel out of place. No, FNS keeps himself way deeper.
โอ้แต่เลือดน้อยไปฮะ
Flash again
เลือดน้อยไปที่จะคัด
Maybe feeling he's got a little bit of space for a plant, but they're so close by, Mike. This is going to be brutal for Carpe.
เลือดมึงอย่างเงี้ย
Yeah, to get it down, but not much time to set up here. And
no flash. Nowhere to play. Vulnerable. Closed on. Gorgeous. NRG. That's a lovely little round there.
Ardis goes huge to anchor here. Slows things down with a nano swarm, then isolates every single member of T1 that swings onto him. Goes absolutely huge here. Get this adjustment of putting Ardis towards A site now, feeling as if NRG have a little more freedom to take the initiative, be decisive here on the defensive side. And actually now the cracks started to show in that T1 economy that looks so healthy. When the scoreline was 11-8. NRG, like I said, that was a must-win round, and look what position it's put them in now. A chance to tie things up.
I love the switch up again, though. Look at the variety we're seeing coming out from NRG. We're going to have this time around Ardis towards that C site, littering the utility over towards there. A little deeper, though. Not going to be putting it towards that early contact. We've got the 3-play stack almost kind of working through the early on, leaving Som the solo towards A. But how far can they get towards this? You can already see T1 trying to consider their options, trying to go through the protocol list. Going to spot a little bit of attention there. And T1 have to go through such a long list to try and figure out where players are.
This thing, if you think about early on in this round as well, T1 didn't have many fact-finding rounds. So almost having to re-explore the map. NRG have made beautiful
มันคิดน่าเก็บอันติจัดมีอันติใช้น่ะ
Right call so far towards heading on A.
Look at the difference in terms of how deep this utility is invested from T1.
กับ C ครับอย่างนี้
And they gain nothing off this.
เฮ้ยมันคิดไหลไปก่อนนะอย่างนี้ไปก่อนนะไหลไปก่อนแน่นอน
The adjustment's just right.
อุ้ยมาช่วย
This is all an information game. Yes, I think he did. FNS comes back around. That's 3 players there. Is that enough of an indicator to keep them committed towards this? It's Som this time. Artist over-delivered. Bailed him out last round. This time, Som's got to go huge. Paranoia sent in, should catch Sire player, but does he get out with his life? Yes. Keeps himself standing. That's all you've got to say. That's all he's got to do so far.
Really well navigated by Som, actually, to not concede that first blood. NRG will be in a 5v5 retake situation. Artist does have the lockdown as well. So they're invested here, but the pick goes down and it does spread across the spike.
This becomes very useful now. Apply that pressure through a link. Player trying to look towards it. Tricky to see with the lockdown in play, but still has to respect it, has to fall away. Side now going to be tested.
อะไรมั่วจัดมั่วจัด
Any of what he's trying to sell. A tap of the spike will draw the
มั่วแล้ว
to their death. Crash is going to find him, and now leaving it all down to one.
เรียบร้อยอย่างนี้เรียบร้อยเสร็จเชิงปูนี่เสร็จเชิงปูจาน
Stands his ground here in Link, goes huge to deny that second wave of aggression from T1. And he's commanding so much respect. He's keeping 3 members of T1 fixated on this door. Unfortunately, then the pit amounts to nothing on site. NRG able to stack numbers up here and play trades inside it. Didn't even need to play trades. Only Artist that falls here.
Pressure time now, 11-11. All tied up, map 1. T1 hitting the panic button a little now. This is, again, when we kind of talk about these teams, when we go bigger picture, depth, capability, you always give a little nod to that man there as well. Always able to give them something, else to work with, a little bit of adaptation, all of that experience coming through. They have that backlog of capability. T1, that's a little bit of a different kettle of fish. They're coming into this with the best they can, and they've done incredibly well to 11-11. Do they have adjustments now?
Look at the contrast in the first 6 or 7 rounds now to NRG really, I guess, spinning the wheel in terms of some of these defensive setups, and T1, like I said, there's so many question marks. As soon as they see an indicator, previously the pit outside B, they then have to explore who's where on the side of NRG. Everything they learned in the first few rounds, out the window now.
Yeah, it's the beauty of NRG that they can do that. It's a very impressive skill to have alone and be so good at it. Yes, you could, I guess, technically adjust things, but being able to be so diligent still is Now, what does T1 come up with, though? What is the plan here? They have the lockdown still to play with. Zeta 3 away from his own. That's about it, really. You have the Seekers for Crashes too. This is crunch time, isn't it? This is when this has to be a big round for T1. I'm not sure what they're going to go for here.
Munchkin's been finding value in this lurk. Trying to slip his way onto Finesse's site previously, but switch up here. Let's have Ban in support, and NRG actually resorting back to basics. That original setup we saw with Crashies and Victor over towards A. Some in a position to crunch through on rubble as well if they feel the heat a little bit.
Ascension ได้ไปนี่ครับไปลีกครับไปลีก
I'm just trying to hedge their bets a little bit. Unsure if T1 were going to do something
a
little different, but it's just a pace change so far. At least this very slow approach. Maybe looking for a B crunch. Maybe just looking for early success somewhere.
แต่ว่าโรแลนด์ตอนนี้แม่งอยู่ยากเหมือนกันนะเมื่อวานพี่ได้คุยกับน้องคนหนึ่งที่เขาเป็นนักแข่งนั่นแหละก็เหมือนจะหลังจากที่เขาพลาดไปก็เลิกแล้วไม่เอาละวอลเลนถ้าเมื่อก่อนมันไม่เหมือนตอนยุคพี่แข่งไงแม่งเป็นจะมีทัวร์ยิบย่อยเยอะนี่ถ้าเราพลาดทัวร์ใหญ่แม่งแทบจะไม่มีที่ยืนเลยนะเว้ยเนี่ยถ้าเราพลาดทัวร์แบบที่เราไม่ได้ไปเซสชั่นเนี่ยไม่มีที่ยืนเลยไม่ใช่เลียวไม่ใช่เลียวให้เดียวพี่เอ่ยชื่อไปแล้ว
Now, do they springboard towards B? Yes, that's the next goal for T1 here. Artist trying to hold them back as well. You've got Som pretty close by, but T1 are in on the site. We're down to 14 seconds. If anything denies this plant, we get put into problems. For now, though, T1 5v5 post plant on B. This is going to be chaotic to say the least. Already, Munchkin going to find Victor. He's been holding them back towards NA site. Even the Reckoning to throw in on top.
Som's here with a shorty. He's waiting for somebody to come through. Ban on the other side with one in his hand. Som able to wait this out.
But where do they find that next bit of success from?
ชิบหายเลี้ยว NRG ชิบหายเลี้ยว
Points with the shorty. So difficult to find a way in on Munchkin. All too aware that Son could be looking from that A. They noted that flash coming out there earlier. They're running low on it. Carpe's going to find Finesse. Yes, Crashes finds one, but he needs to find a whole lot more, and he ain't got many seconds to do it in. He's gone down to T1. Looking to fold. Looking to find that purchase towards B, and they do exactly that. NRG had no answers there.
Slow burn pays off for T1. I'm looking at this. There's no pinch onto Som. Som's able to throw a paranoia.
มันไม่ได้อยู่ที่ว่าเขาเป็นใคร
Yes, Artis had a little bit of utility here scattered across B side, but there was numbers for T1. And when you've drawn the attention of Som,
ก็ยาวๆได้ยันลีก
Good, right?
สังกัดก็อยู่ไม่ได้เหมือนกันไม่มีทัวร์นาเมนต์ก็จ่ายเงินเดือนฟรีครับ
It's just a little bit late with the cove. You think NRG are going to be able to recover there, but so much time passes before NRG make a move.
พวกนี้มันโง่ครับพวกที่เดาๆอ่ะ
There's no catalyst there. There's nothing for NRG
ไม่รู้ว่าเป็นใครแล้วมันได้ที่อะไรขึ้นมา
to get back into B site.
Ooh, okay. Commitment towards A though. First time we're seeing deep exploration coming out from Victor, coming out from Crashies. Now T1 have been playing these patient defaults. This is going to be quite telling. They I'm not sure if they spotted one or two, maybe just one. There are 3 players here.
กูก็บอกอยู่กูไม่สามารถบอกว่าเป็นใครได้เพราะว่าไม่รู้เขาคือใครเขาเรียกว่าไม่ได้สนิทกับเขา
Should burn it up, make it a little easier to hold on towards the sights for those 2. And they have cleared that. So now where does T1 go? Again, they're not finding much of this info, Mike.
Looking to
ออฟซีซั่นปีหน้ามีโอ้โหแล้วปีนี้ล่ะ
once again
แม่เงินเดือนหล่อมๆเลยดิ
NRG
ปีนี้ในไทยมันก็ต้องแอบมีทัวร์แซมแต่ถามว่ามีแซมได้ไหมทัวร์นาเมนต์แม่งห้ามจัดชนกับทัวร์ออฟฟิเชียลอีกโอ้
Nice stall for one. Desire player reads through it. Catches FNS looking a little out of sorts, so it's just Artis, and the support's still a mile away. Trying to play cool, trying to play calm. He's gone down. T1 now with only 3 more to find, and this map's theirs. Plant gonna go in. Time on their side. Crashies gone. At Sire player wanting more. Meets his maker in the form of Victor, but it is going to be just the last 2 songs, and Victor try and turn it in. Can they take it to OT on map 1? So much to come up against. Look at this. First contact on towards the turret. There's the swing. There's the kill. And there is map 1. T1 digging deep there to beat out NRG. Information. Nothing noted down towards Fountain. Deep B long. You already saw the... pretty sure, yeah, Munchkin sending out utility there time and time again. Still nothing flagging, so they've got to be aware there's a high chance it's coming towards A. They've pulled over the 3rd player. Slayer playing now towards the A site, and NRG playing contact. They're so deep already.
Probably wondering, but yeah, where do you want to play it?
A little bit of an anti-plant setup almost there. Mosh pit going to be invested, allows time for a little bit of a second glance from Carpe. Spams in, maybe looking for Victor, but he doesn't find the target. A little delay on the plant. Sure, Slayer players paint shell will find some though, but the plant is in now.
Artis is going to have his hands full. Luckily slips away from shorts. 2 players from T1 look to retake that space. Pit invested towards lamps here. It's going to allow NRG to solidify this hold for the time being.
Crashies can't stay alive. Ban's got him. And now they start to get back towards the site. Artis falls, and now it's down towards what's in the pit. You just saw Victor come through. I'm pretty sure you just and now it's all revealed. The fuse comes in. T1 navigating this NRG threat so well. 3 alive. The fuse is there. 3-1 now.
Carpe waits until the final moment when there's definitely a commitment behind this utility.
อันนี้ไม่มีเบ็ดเลยเหรอ
That's the catalyst.
โอเคเดี๋ยวเปิดให้ครับเปิดให้ครับ
For T1 to follow through. NRG, like I said, it felt as if scratching their heads
เปิด
walking
แบบว่า
up the
สัก 2 นาทีนะ
Not a single player showing their hand from T1.
Because it kind of felt bizarre almost that we've seen T1 kind of play like backside,
เปิดสั
right?
ก 2 นาที
But then their anti-plant setup's kind of denying that space between the mosh pit coming in, the paint shells, everything else. They've got a lot of kit to kind of give themselves that retake potential almost before the spike's even down.
Victor does have the showstopper here. Side player in a position to greet them, but Crashies will punish for the Sheriff.
There are 3 players here though from T1. So this was a sack. It is going to be only Munchkin over towards that B side, so they should be able to hold on towards this
วัน
one.
นี้คาเป้มาจัดเลยเว้ย
NRG
เฮ้ย
finding more connections.
Hey.
Oh, man, that's nasty. FNS are not going to be happy with that.
Him.
Wants him dead. One more
Him.
try in this. One more bullet, but
Yeah.
Zay to
Doon
stay
ang
by
mượt
will
tài.
do it. Even just some crashes now. Spike's not even down. T1 really problematic to play against. I feel we're going to see a timeout from NRG. Soon is a strong word.
อุ้ยเย็ดแม่
But I
ค
think
ม
we'll
เว้ย
see it
แคชชี่
relatively quickly as this is very much a different looking bind coming out here. Do we just see Seekers?
Yeah, Munchkin's just posted the Seekers on B.
รู้นะรู้ว่าอยู่ตรงนั้นครับ
A little bit of an over-investment here, but
รู้
I guess
แน่
T1 desperate to convert this anti-eco. Crashes
และ
down
นั่ง
to 32
ไม่ออก
HP,
มาเลยเหรอ
Som down to 78, so gotta
ออก
crash
มาทำไมล่ะ
Som's already
ออกมา
done
ก็ตาย
some work
เอ้ย
here
แคชชี่
from
ไม่เทไม่ได้ครับ
same position with the Sheriff, but Zayto
เฮ้ย
takes it down.
เอาอีกแล้วชายคนนี้
Throwing everything here.
30 seconds left.
They're terrified of crashes.
แกจ่ายอีกแล้วครับ
Already got 2
อัน
kills.
ตรงอันติ
Gets himself the Phantom.
Now's the time to be scared when he's got the upgrade.
20 seconds to play with and 32 HP. Dips on in, tries to keep
He's got
their
time
eyes
to hit this
turned.
TP.
I think he's going to do just that.
ตายเหี้ย
Just
TP
catch across. He
เขา
has to
ว่า
just beeline towards the site. This
ใน
shouldn't
ท้ายในท้าย
happen,
แคชชี่
and it won't. A lot invested into that, but for T1, I guess it's another round posted.
Yeah, but
He's
looking
upding,
at that's a massive over-investment in my eyes.
Doesn't even break the bank either.
I mean, the pit's the one that's,
That felt like a lot.
yeah. Especially here on the defense on bind, but have to wait and see if that amounts to anything here. Obviously, Showstopper available, crashes now with the Seekers online. NRG with the advantage. Maybe T1 just throwing those in, knowing that NRG slightly off kilter with this ult cycle.
Aggression?
Yeah, looking to switch things up massively. Deny this space
ร้านนี้โคตรถูก
finesse, but
วันนี้กินข้าว
how
160 บาท
contrasting.
พอ
We've
ครับ
seen them playing deep back site. First challenger found and falls. It's Sire player going down, and FNS passes with flying colours.
they're on opposite sides of the wall there. Carpe swinging one way, Saya swinging the other. A little bit disjointed, and we saw a few examples of that on Lotus, but time being, NRG are
อุ้ยทำไม
fighting for
NRG
the
ภาพ
situation.
ดูไม่ค่อยโดนไม่ค่อยมาเลยวะเหมือนจะโดนนะ
And now they're exploring towards showers. They're desperate to get FNS down.
กินทั้งวันฮะวัน
But
นี้
look at
เลย
his
ฮะใช้
position.
คำว่าวัน
So
นี้ก็
hard
ต้อ
to
งทั้ง
clear.
วันแหละ
There's no
ป
way
กติพี่สั่งข้าวพี่จะสั่งวันละครั้งนะวันละครั้งก็คือสั่งทีร้านหนึ่ง2 มื้อเลย
How do they take this?
เพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเปลืองค่าส่ง
This could be anywhere in their
เดี๋ยวค่า
minds,
ส่ง
but
เสียตังค์ฟรีอะไร
what is this? NRG are going
ก็ทีเดียวเลย
this
จ
way.
บ160
This could be bizarre in a couple of seconds now.
I've got your
มันได้
trail.
เกินขั้น
The
ต่ำด้วย
Seekers should
สำคัญเลย
tell, yeah, a very, very strange
โอ้โห
picture that someone's
ไม่น่า
pushed up.
ติ
But
มัน
they
นั้น
expect
มัน
the
เดิน
second
มา
player
แล้
here
ว
as well.
แล้วปู่ไม่ได้ครับ
Very difficult for them to get out of this.
โอ้ยปู่ช้าปู่
Position to fire one, but crashes, stands tall.
ปู่เดินได้แล้วโอ้โหปู่ช้าชิบหายเฮ้ย
3v4 now.
อ๋อหรือว่ายืนรอไลน์อัพวะขออภัยนะปู่
Opportunity to work with either outside of Carpe.
ไลน์อัพไหมหรือไลน์อะไรอ่ะ
Yeah, Flash just back on now for Munchkin.
โอ้โหเดินช้าเหี้ยช้า
There, picked up, fully flash, fully white. It's Zay to take down Som. They know where Victor is. And he's gonna have to pop the ult. He has to do it. He only gets down one though, but he still gets to keep his life. Diffuses. Tonight, Carpe gets off it. Takes down FNS. Now down to the 2v2, but time is ticking. They've got to find these final players and artists. He's holding that back line. Munchkin now forced further away. Victor puts
ไอ้
it
เหี้ย
to
แก
the
ย่อง
NRG
ตั้งแต่
burns
นู่น
a
อ่ะ
whole lot, but they walk away with their second now.
ไอ้เหี้ยย่องอะไรขนาดนั้นนะปู่
One thing here for
Don't
NRG
die.
to use this lead.
Hopefully that's enough.
Again, looking at where the purchase will lie here. Munchkin toying with a Guardian, but
30 seconds
yeah,
left.
very, very strange to see Sire and Carpe so disconnected here. It was those two players on Lotus I'm talking about. There was a couple of examples where
Email in my vamp.
these swings just aren't diligent enough versus a team like NRG. A Judge, a Stinger, Marshall here, so light investment on the side of T1.
เล่นกันแปลกๆเว้ยวันนี้ NRG เล่นกันไม่ค่อยถูกใจดูเท่าไหร่
Just going through the checklist, right? Clearing out to the shower, spamming out the box. And they are now forced the hell away. Ban.
อุ้ย
I'll stick around on this a little bit and gonna lose his life. A little bit of an interesting
That's done,
choice, yeah. Wrong call there from him. Carpe
เรียบ
tags
ร้อ
up, makes sure to
ย
the death of him too. See how much damage he takes.
อุ้ยรอด
Fair amount down
อุ้ย
very low
อุ้ย
here. In already going to hear
คิด
that
ตัวเองเล็กน้อย
taken shot
วิกเตอร์ยัด
comes
แม่
out. Victor very, very clean on this, and the last two players, Zeta and
ที่
Munchkin.
ด่านนี้เขาเลือกมาเขาต้องมีของหน่อยวะ
Situation, a sheriff and a judge. Very hard to pry any more value out of this round. As NRG looking to stabilize here, and not far from it. Should be a 3 to 4 scoreline.
พี่ว่าไวเปอร์ฮาร์บอร์มันเยอะไปปะวะ
They are managing to stay away from those
มัน
last
เริ่ม
two
ลก
weapons.
แล้วนะไวเปอร์ฮาร์บอร์
Zeta just desperately waiting for anything. I don't think we'll even find a consolation. NRG
แม่งแทบจะไม่เห็นเหี้ยแล้วไวเปอร์ฮาร์บอร์
overall here. Keep them effectively around in hand if they can keep this. Keep all of these weapons.
ไม่ได้แอคครับมันนิ่งสมาธิอยู่ครับ
Be careful. Zeta doesn't follow into the TP, but no, opposites just fall. And building back towards a couple of these ultimates as well. Victor, 4 away from the showstopper again. Ardis just about getting close to that first res. But T1 actually with that overinvestment.
โอ้รีเพย์อย่างเฟี้ยวไอ้เหี้ย
This whole cycle, Lauren.
รีเพย์โคตรเฟี้ยวมีแบบมีเบรกให้ดูอีกมุมหนึ่งด้วย
Side
เหี้ย
play
นึก
on
ว่า
the
ค้าง
showstopper
ตอน
as
แร
well.
ก
NRG looking to continue pressuring this A site hold.
เชียร์อะไรอะครับ
Curious to what the adjustment is here for
ชอบ
T1.
NRG นะชอบสไตล์ NRG
Victor, first
Okay,
port of call
Nadia
to try and take a little bit further
เอาจริง
control
ไม่เชียร์
now
ใครอะ
over towards Lamps.
แต่ถ้าให้เลือกเชียร์
We have
NRG
seen that T1 are happy kind of
Yeah,
playing
nandu
from
ito eh,
backside
man-man
to an
ba?
extent. They're very tough to
ใคร
get
ก็ได้
away from able to deny the plant coming in, but that could be quite telling. First time we're seeing Ardis down deep by Fountain. But wait, you're seeing them walk behind this. Hold on. Munchkin's going looking for this fight here. Pop Flash.
What?
You sent through Ardis. Got to be ready for this one. He's not. Munchkin commits,
Yeah,
and now
full
this is
medai
scary,
one.
right? Trying to get through. They push through the Zed ult as well. Masses of information. Paint shell sent as well. Lovely combination work.
Som stuck in the detain. Falls to the paint shell. Mosh pit denying space to finesse here.
Slowing them down.
คอมโบว่ะ
Stalling this one
เมื่อ
out.
กี้คอมโบ
Side
อ่ะ
player on the way as well. Still Boombot there. Still has the ult as well. Maybe they could decide to dip through the TP if they want to. But again, look towards where Munchkin's positioning is. He can be such an issue if they want to try and cross out
30
through
seconds
from
left.
Luka. Down to 27 seconds. Flash. They know it. They know what's their way. Zate's going to find FNS. And there's going to be the show.
Ooh.
Freshy's making something for it. But 18 seconds at 1v2. It ain't going to be easy. Oh, he makes a damn good go, but the positioning was great
Catchy
from
yang
Munchkin.
ตึง
They're on time.
แคชชี่ตึงจริงครับ
Just a little further ahead of NRG.
Yeah, maintaining a 2-round gap here.
เอาแล้วปู่บ่นแล้ว
Will be able to scrape together. Oh, gee, actually going to pump the brakes here.
โอ้อดิตแม่งไม่ไหวกับมันกินเลยอะแบบไม่ไหวเล
And
ย
some of these pinches through the TP, you can see Som just desperately trying to get away.
Yo, not even close!
เย็ด
That was pretty close.
ไม่ได้ใกล้เคียงเลยไอ้หนุ่มไอ้เหี้ยเป็นไง
Yeah,
โค
curious
ตรตึง
if
โคตรตึง
NRG
ภา
are
ษา
going to come
ภาษา
out
อัง
and
กฤษ
switch
นะ
things up a little bit here. Testing this A site hold once again. I guess struggling a little bit in terms of finding some sort of comfort here on the attack. It feels very, very hit or miss in
เพื่อน
terms
เพื่อน
of
งงไอ้ยี่หามถามให้มึงพูดเหี้ยอะไรวะ
engagement and create an opening, but T1's utility work has been fantastic there. They're ticking both boxes for me here. The anti-plant setups are perfect, and again, using the utility to stall when they do feel the pressure, and they concede that first blood as well.
Yeah, it's such a different tempo and kind of pacing to the game. Considering that, it's a very unique lineup in the agent composition that, as you said, it makes the rhythm that NRG are trying to set a little off kilter. It's a little harder to depend on those plants coming in because it's, again, T1 will give up vast majority of side control. We're rarely seeing them go for those early challenges apart from that one that went pretty poorly against FNS. They can sit back, kind of just keep denying time and time again till those rotations are in and have, you know, a nice 5v5 on the site if they don't lose players. But
นี่เรียบร้อย
I
ดิ
do want to see what NRG now lean towards, right? They've kind of had a
เรียบร้
lot
อย
of
ดิ
that test towards A. We haven't seen them explore that B side all too often. Might be seeing it now.
Blinded.
You have Ardis and Finesse disconnected from this, so a widespread
ไอ้นี่คอมฟูเซนป่าวะ
take control outside the TP here, but
ใช่ไหม
Ardis
คุ้นๆนะไอ้เหี้ย
his hands full if T1 looks
Said
to
it.
press and not
Oh.
expected at all. Ardis finds 2 absolute freebies.
they just take the TP and go? Surely. Yeah, you absolutely do. Now, the only man who can stop him is Carpe. Moshpit gonna buy time, isolate a fight towards FNS, but not enough. FNS disrespecting that. Goes back in for a second look, and why not? Sight's all theirs, Puan gonna come in. This should be comfortable.
เหี้ยไม่ได้วอลวางก็วอลยิง
Carpe thinking he forced finesse off that angle, but
Spike planted.
ออฟแองเกิล
re-challenging opens the
แต่
site up
ต้อง
for
เซฟไว้ละ
NRG.
หายไป3ขนาดนี้ไอ้เหี้ยเขายังไม่โดนอะไรเลย
Lazy on this push out of showers, you got to say. Try and pull something like that out of a timeout. You have to anticipate NRG have switched things up.
Last player.
นี่ไง not
Actually
even
sharp on the
close
Munchkin this time around.
เหี้ยมึงยังไม่ได้ยิงสักนัด
Sitting out in no man's land.
Yes.
Zeta positioned here in elbow.
โดนแคชชี่ไป
Credit here to NRG for adjusting very well after that timer, but I think you're right in kind of highlighting that sort of clear through showers. I guess it's the first time they'd seen that sort of thing, maybe just expecting FNS, but not
พี่
expecting
บูมครับ มีดราม่าอะไรกันครับ อ้าว
and again, like to have seen a little bit more
มึงหลงมาจากไหนก่อน
behind it. Doesn't Victor get this final one? See, yes he does. Okay, rifle removed. I want to see where the money lays for T1 as well.
T1's success hasn't come from aggression or being proactive here on the defense, so that's why it's a little strange to
ไป
see
เอามาจากไหน
right out of timeout.
Both well.
I think it's bands deeper on the angle. It's
เข้ามาดูอีกที5 เดือนซาลาเบ้ตัดเอง
I even said earlier on in this map, it's not the first time we've said that in this series about T1.
บัตรตัดเอง5 เดือนเลยเหรอ ไม่เป็นไรครับ
It's a good picture of Wing.
ถือว่าค่าข้าวพี่ได้อยู่วันนี้พอดีเลย5 เดือน
Nice.
ขอบคุณมากครับขอบคุณมากครับ
But now, there should be formalities underselling these sort of rounds. I want to see if one NRG
NRG should tie up here, though.
Yes, it should be 5 apiece, considering if it does get into dangerous territory, you have 3 very impactful ults coming through. You have a full purchase. You've been having the success you need. It would need someone to be either caught in a terrible mistake or over-delivering massively. For now, seemingly very cognizant of Munchkin's positioning. It's been a bit of a nuisance towards Ardis when they had been going for that heavier lane towards A, and Ardis left to kind of deal with him towards long. Dog to clear, Ardis to follow, and Munchkin has to respect.
แล้วดราม่าอะไรอ่ะสรุปขอบ้างดิ
But early on,
เฮ้ยอย่า
though,
เพิ่งตีกัน
see
น้องอย่าเพิ่งตีกัน
Munchkin
เอาเรื่องดรา
solo
ม่าก่อน
posturing towards B. This time
Drama
around,
ครับ
3 teammates.
เฮ้ยอย่า
stacking
ตี
behind
กั
him.
น
He's going to try and bait out a little bit of pressure here. Ardis
แม่ง
well
ของ
effective
หายไป
in
ไหน
that
วะ
fashion.
นั่งอยู่
Munchkin
หน้า
posts
คอม
up deeper on the angle.
I kind of like what Munchkin's doing though, is like almost overselling, right? He's like trying to bait them into playing the site, which with the Seekers coming in kind of negates that. It loses a little bit of its validity as NRG go, hold on, all of those Seekers
มึง
just
จะเอาดรา
went
ม่าอะไรวะ
towards this
ใน
site.
เมื่อมันถามหาดราม่า
Commit behind it, though.
คือมันเดินเข้ามาพี่บูมมันเขามีดราม่าอะไรกันเหรอ
Victor looking to find some
แล้วมึง
space.
จะเอาอะไรจากมัน
Showstopper as well.
Yeah,
Next found one.
time, 10 seconds, hold on.
Remaining.
เวลา
That's that final player, Sire. What can you do about this? Only a sheriff, 5 seconds, the plant's in. Victor, down low.
ไม่เอาเป็นว่ามันไม่มีอะไรหรอกดราม่าเฮียอะไรไม่มี
Perfect HP. This would need miracles for Sire player. And NRG are giving him nothing. No flank to be seen. They are sat waiting. These crossfires breaking would be very difficult. And again, no one's moving a muscle. NRG are waiting this one out. Swans Victor takes him. He was the weaker of the 3. And the other 2 can just filter away, posture towards long, get ready to slip away.
เวลาหมด
Sire
แล้
player
ว
losing these opportunities second by second here.
That's on the way out. No, Som turns on it. NRG do tie things up. 3-4, but finance is protected
สวัส
here.
ดีค่ะที่บูม
We have to
11 แยะ
purchase
บูม
out
บู
for
ม
the
มิ
rest
นิ
of the
สวัส
half.
ดีครับ
Requires a little bit of
ไอ
investment on the
โย
side of
โย่
NRG. Only the res
โอโยโย่ขอบคุณครับ11 เดือน
said time definitely became a factor here, and that's where I see some of these scrappy little stacks.
วันนี้เดี๋ยวตอนเย็นพี่อาจจะต้องแวะไปถ่ายงานนะครับถ้ามันถึงเย็นแต่คิดว่าน่าจะถึงแหละ
Clean up
คิดว่า
nicely.
น่าจะถึง
It's a remix. Okay,
จำผมได้ไหมครับที่พูดเรื่องเจอแฟนน้องของคนอื่นเมื่อไหร่แม่งจะทำใจได้สักทีวะพี่ในเมื่อเขาแม่งไม่รู้สึกผิดเลย ผมแม่งก็โง่ทำใจไม่ได้สักที
a little bit more of an interest towards the A side that
มันเกี่ยวอะไรกับเขาไม่รู้สึกผิดถ้าเขารู้สึกผิดขึ้นมาปุ๊บมึงจะทำใจได้เหรอไม่เกี่ยวเว้ย
slipping on up
The adjustment here though being
ก็แค่หา
banned
อะไร
to
ท
support
ำ
Carpe
ลืม
and
ๆซะ
not Zeta this
มันก็
time
ต้องใช้
around.
เวลา
I think only one snake bite. If that was invested or wasn't brought into the round.
Something magnificent about hearing Wingman in this arena. Seeker's going to come through, as does Munchkin. This now is a crunch, but Crashies fights his way out of it with FNS's deeper position. It catches off Carpe, and now the plant can come in. They've got them
เหี้ย
pinned.
โดนรวบ
Now Victor, how much
อุ้ย
more
โอ้
you
โห
got?
บาดแผล
It's just
โอ้โห
ridiculous
เหลือ
work,
หนึ่
but
ง
Munchkin
ไอ้เหี้ย
overwhelms
แม่
him. We're down to 3v3 here. This is still very, very possible. Tough work though for Zay to try and build back through from CT.
No utility to work with. Munchkin down to 9 HP and Ardis looking to punish. Munchkin post up for the angle.
โอ้
Oh, he's got him.
มันคิน
Massive player advantage now.
เชี่ยมันคินแม่งคมจังวะ
Starting to feel that strain. So I'm trying to slip away a little deeper as FNS trying to readjust here, make it work on the fly. T1 starting to be hands forced here, have to make the way, and FNS doing everything he can. Oh, it's not enough.
โอ้เอเมเนตไม่คมเลยอะเอเมเนต
This time is on their side. T1
เนี่ยเอเมเนตไปวัดเลยดิ
clawing this back.
Finesse nearly with a
เอเมเนต
beautiful
ทำ
on
ได้
the
ดีกว่า
fly
นี้ด้วย
adjust for
คือ
this
เขาสามารถ
poison
เล่น
ult.
เล่นเชิง
Finds
อะไรอ
a
ย่างเงี้ย
freebie in the backlines
ไปยืน
and
ห้าวด้ง
fails
เลยอะ
out. Som here.
เชิงไม่มีเลยอะ
Yeah, Munchkin, this is the crucial kill. Ardis is readjusting here, potentially to find that res, to get an extra body back online in showers. Beautiful awareness from Munchkin.
ไม่น่าไปวัดเลยวะ
Carpe brings a bulldog in here, but one away from the ultimate once again. Zeta, Sai, and Ban all have theirs available. Viper's Pit
ถอด
off the
ใจ
rip
มา
will secure that
เนี่ย
shower
ช็อตคิด
control
ว่าตัวเอง
early
แม่
on.
นอย่างเงี้ยเหรอ มันต่อเนื่องเหรอ
Everyone should lean deeper towards this B commitment. As you can see, actually, yeah, Ban making his way across. And Carpe retrieved the orb as well, so beautiful position to be in here for T1.
Yeah, you can see Carpe's diligence starting to show because he's been punished by FNS slipping here so many times. I think FNS is timing on that. Yeah, okay. Carpe was ready for it this time, but has to make a quick evacuation. The site is fully under NRG control. They've got everything you want. Yes, the mosh pit's going to come in to slow it down a little bit. Viper's Pit being almost thrown up as well. This is everything being poured in. Victor's going to isolate Carpe with just the spam straight on through. The plant denied still, held off still. See T1 want to fight back in.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Finally, the plant
อัน
comes
ติ
through.
ไวเปอร์นัว
Saya
ๆอันติไวเปอร์นัว
doesn't commit through, but
Oh,
ๆแล้วอัน
gets
ติตาย
honest.
wait, Som took the spike through the TP.
Tom's got to run.
Whoa.
He's
I
a
was gonna say,
lucky boy.
Munchkin.
He's heard this. Surely
ชิบ
Munchkin has
หาย
heard these
แล้ว
steps.
แล้วมันคินได้ยิน
They
เสียง
bought
มัน
so
โรเทต
much
กลับ
time for
ไอ้
this.
เหี้ยเดินตาม
What
เล
a
ย
bizarre scenario, Mike.
30 seconds left.
เริ่มมั่ว
So many
นะ
ults
เริ่มมั่วนะ
committed
NRG
on site, so much
ระบบ
utility.
เริ่มเสีย
Five.
ระบบเริ่มเสีย
Time left on the clock.
Look at Munchkin.
แล้วโดน
This is
อุ้ย
huge.
มองหลังไหม
If they have any
มองหลัง
more
ไหม
utility to throw in, this would be the
ไม่
time.
มอง
Slow
แน่
down
อย่าง
just
งี้
a second or two, and Munchkin can
เอาเฮ้ย
TP. They're making a run for it. 13 seconds. They're off. He's double checking, he's making sure he's triple checking, but no, they made it all the way out to
Ao
B.
leo.
Nico Munchkin, you are furious with
เอาแล้ว
this.
ปู่เอาแล้ว
With only a second to spare, the plant is in, and Sire player overextends a little too far. It's Victor to
ปู่เอา
find
ให้
it. And now man advantage sat with NRG.
เหี้ยังงงดิ
Make something work in Elbow.
งงดิ
And
เจอ
has
เวท
to
มนต์
find this kill.
เอเปเนต
It's doable for T1.
โอ้
And he
ช
doesn't
นะ
crash.
เลย
We'll shut him
เหี้ย
down.
อินเกมลีดเดอร์ว่ะ
All up, there's
เฮ้ย
six apiece on the half here. Munchkin, good work, needs a lot more though. Tag, and
Ow.
the drag, Zeta gets it. Time now.
Safe plant.
Oh my god, it is. They've got to fight in towards this Crashies. It ain't pretty. Zeta gets towards halfway. He's going to go huge. He can't do it.
แล้วปู่เขารีโหลด
Crashies
เหี้ยอะไร
closing
เขา
in on the gap. They're going to carry on this path. There's like a no man's land. They've got to win the fights, and they do. Som
รู้
and
ปะ
FNS
เมื่อกี้
keeping NRG
เมื่อกี้
standing
กู
with
เห็น
them, but
มัน
look at
ยิ
the
งอ่ะ
HP. Yes, they're down low.
กูไม่ได้ดูชื่อนะเว้ยแต่กูเห็นเป้ามันยิงตัวที่อยู่ข้างบนน้ำพุอ่ะ
Absolutely
กู
now
รู้
hearing
เลย
that
ใคร
frenzy fire.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Pain Shell Munchkin tries to
เอกลักษณ์
slip
ชิบ
away
หาย
quietly on this. Still trying to go for the same approach though.
No regrowth here from Crashies. So Finesse down to 18, Som down
ใคร
to
ใคร
10.
ไม่เห็นภาพลองกดย้อนดูฮะ
Ardis on the other side of the map
ไอ้
won't be
เหี้ย
able
แก
to heal
สั่นเฉย
anybody
เล
up.
ยคือรู้เลยใครอ่ะ
Committing towards this four-man stack. They're expecting T1 to wait outside this cut sound and wait for the rotation to come through, but we can see it's not happening. And actually, that's a big, big tool for T1 to work on.
เหี้ย
now.
ฉลาดจัด
Finding
หลบ
nothing
นก
and NRG drift
หล
away
บนก
low.
และโยกเลย
Guard is maybe
สีเหลี่ยม
back.
ทีวันจัด
Not yet. They're leaving it down to the two here. Som is very low though, and he's
Yeah,
held his
Zillion
ground
T1
well. Munchkin
Kaban
going down
tag
is
เลย
huge. And now just the two remaining. But yes, the HP is low, but the heals are going to come out. You're going to start seeing some of
เขา
these
มานั่ง
players
ตรงนั้น
getting
เพื่อหล
back
บ
on
น
their
กครับ
feet. It's only Som really left. down on
Oi!
Pivotal.
ยิง
Even
นาน
with
จัง
an oversell here. Inside player trying to be pivotal, trying to be that guy. Does do well, but he's lost Sator in the meantime. Now there's problems. How does he get past 4 players? That's the first.
Oi!
That's the second.
got the nade.
Chill. Switch up to the ghost. Not gonna happen.
ในไทยซาย่าในไทยเลย
in there to deal with the problem that was on the side, because that got way too close.
Yeah, T1 played this to perfection though. Like I said, waiting outside here, NRG anticipating that, the flash finding nothing, and they commit to that rotation. Luckily though, Som with 10 HP finds a crucial kill to bring it to a 5v2. Massive from him. Sire makes that one
เฮ้ย
interesting.
อันนี้
Yes,
หาวหรือเปล่า
can't
ไม่
get
ได้
anything
หาว
done with
นะ
the
เพราะ
nade
ว่าหาว
reset.
เป็นรีแอคชั่นนะ
Just a Marshall invested here, 2 sheriffs, Zeta and Carpe.
นึกว่าหาวนาน
Really, in this half, you're looking for NRG to, again, mitigate some of the risk early on with this utility from T1, but also prevent T1 from really having strength to set up for some of these executes. I'm curious once we get to the buy rounds how NRG will approach this.
ไอ้แน่กวนต้องตีนนี่
Just the same old exchange utility. I wonder if maybe Carpe and Ban could have caught a little timing on FNS there, but no. He's been playing a very, very good game, FNS. Playing in crashes here on that lovely little pop flash. Lovely. Keeping it clean. Fix is in the right place. T1 not finding any real room to work here. The spikes are back down in spawn. They're not particularly doing too much in
นอนเซต้า
Look at the probe on both extremities, try and find something tangible to work from.
โดนสั่งนอน อุ้ยเหี้ยสม
NRG
บูร
able
ณ์
to
เฉาโช
slow
ว์
this down though. Sire going hunting, but Ardis is positioned close on bench here.
30 seconds left.
Will punish. Carpe down to 1 HP.
อู้
Do bad, will respond. Anything extra here will be a bonus, but Ardis finds his third.
It didn't feel like there was masses of intent from T1 in that when you see
Not a
the
lot of
spikes.
threat.
สรุปพิมพ์มีแฮกจริงป่ะครับ
But the bonus isn't going to be particularly strong
Oh,
coming out from NRG, so a very good opportunity for T1 on this buy to come back in with something that should get them in this round, or at least in this half.
Yeah, come into this with a stinger, 2 specters. NRG definitely trying to prop themselves up a little bit here. Some early rounds. Sire player already 2 away
ตรง
from
นี้
the
แม
show
ป3 อันนี้
so
100 เปอร์
about the only progress to write home about. I guess some 2
นี่
off
แล้
the
วแมป
record
3
on
มัน
the
มั
other
นไป
side
เว้ย
of things.
ยาวๆวันนี้ อยากสตรีมสัก8 ชั่วโมงไอ้สัตว์จัดให้หน่อยเลย
Control maintained here.
ขอ8 ชั่วโมงเน้น
The wall, but again, it's so early on that T1 probably going to wait this out. With Ardis loving the picture there.
We all love Artis deep down.
Yeah, you might not see it on this map though.
No,
Angel's about the only person excited watching this.
he's absolutely.
ๆ มีถ่ายงานถ่ายครึ่งชั่วโมงเองไม่เกินครึ่งชั่วโมงแป๊บเดียวครับ ก็เปิดสตรีมไว้แล้วก็ลงไปเลยแป๊บเดียวก็ขึ้นมา
Walk
ถ่าย
down
ที่บ้านเนี่ย
mid. Hold on.
เขามาถึงที่บ้านเลยครับ
And some. Is T1 checking it? Yeah, they do. Okay, so they're a little aware
But
there's a
yeah,
chance of that little deeper exploration mission with 49 seconds now. T1 starting to make their move towards the A site. As Ardis does need to
ถ่า
slip
ย
away.
ที่บ้านถ่ายที่บ้าน
Find a corner of safety. Try and find a fair fight. He's done it. Overwhelms Carpe and gets himself an upgrade.
Yeah.
Suddenly becoming a little bit more dangerous. Has to wait for the other 3 to make it towards the site. The plant is down now.
Zeta no snake by a side.
ได้
no
ค่าเหนื่อย
pain
ไหม
shells,
ครับ
so not
ไม่
a
ได้
lot
ครับ เพ
in
ราะว่า
terms
พี่
of
ไม่เหนื่อย
utility here to
เป็นไง
disconnect from sight. Zeta and Munchkin, they're looking to re-clear back through showers, potentially, but a little bit of damage done onto Sire is going to force him back deeper. They've got to be quick about this if they want to.
Yeah, they've left him very alone, but Sire player apparently
Oi!
got the ult as well.
Ah,
Gonna
bong,
probably
bong.
send that. Yeah,
Ow,
just doesn't
mua!
hit them. FNS!
อุ้ยดีนะเพื่อนเอา
Okay, it's
ให้
Munchkin to
สัต
hold
ว์
on to this. Victor does have a rifle and he had it at the start of the round. Not going to get the chance to fully bring
เฮีย
it
แก
in.
ยิงไปที่
T1
สไปร์เฉย
surviving there, the
ลบ
2
จัด
standing. Casualties for sure, but
So
still.
yeah, NRG draw blood
สวัส
and
ดี
force
ครับลุงโทนี่วันนี้
a
ไม่ไป
massive
ทำฟาร์มหรอค
repurchase
รับ
here.
ทำครับ เอายามาให้มึงแดกไง
Munchkin's
โง่
gonna drop one across. Very diligent on the approach here to re-clear Som on top of the box because it's Ardis to bait out the presence.
ขอบคุณครับขอบคุณ5 เดือนครับ
I got yous, okay?
T1 actually on the brink of a couple more ultimates though. Seeker's nearly there, Reckoning nearly there. NRG do have the res, and actually Som one away from his as well. NRG looking to get a little proactive potentially here, or just retrieve the orb. Carpe close, but not there to punish.
No, just a second or two off from that. You can see the progress being made on the other side of the map though, so who can control will be in T1's hands. FNS calling over some support here, going to be seeing Victor lean over a little, but going back towards 8. Maybe feeling out the pressure over towards it, not reading into too much, but Sideplay's got a dirty little angle if anyone does try and come over to try and hit that rotation.
A very deep hold on B here.
โคตรดีฟโคตรดีฟโคตรดีฟ
FNS tucked
ปล่อย
outside
รีเทคบีจัดอะ
spawn entrance and
ในไซส์ยังไม่อยู่ยิง
crashes over towards elbow. Not committed
ยิง
angles
ไป
here.
ก็ไม่โดนยิงกันไหม
I think the flash wouldn't have found anyone there. The second one will do. Okay. Should be enough to pull over the players here as well, because side players on the site. So he's been able to clear pretty well through this. You noted it earlier though. Very, very deep hold coming out from NRG. Maybe leaning straight into that retake rather than the challenge.
Again, an overstep here from Zeta because NRG have the Reckoning, so a big retake ultimate available here.
Speak of it. What does T1 do about this? Try and take a fight on the way out.
อุ้ยระเบิดโดน2เชี่ย
Away from elbow, and it's so clean on the playback in. So clean from NRG.
Victor too with the paint shells. Was that off the stun? I saw Som get the assist for it, but two people eat the same stun for the Reckoning and die to the same paint
ความ
shell.
โกงของเลสเลยนะเว้ยอีกอย่างหนึ่งอะ
Not sure if we'll get a
ไอ้เหี้ย
chance to
ถ้า
look
เลส
at
มัน
that.
ปาระเบิดไปแล้วฆ่า2อะมันได้ปลาอีกลูกอะ
Forced back inside
ส
the
มเหตุ
chip.
สมผลตรงไหนวะ
That's huge. And again with
แต่มันเกิด
I'm
ขึ้น
not
ยาก
sure why, but
แต่มันก็เก่งอะถ้ามันได้2ขึ้นมา
forces T1 into a very committed post plant on
เย้
site.
มีบูทว่ะมีบูทว่ะมีสูตร
A
บูท
little
ว่ะ
underwhelming in that round for me for T1. A little bit short-sighted, considering the kit, the tools that NRG had to play with. Crashies this time tested quicker, but again, look at the bike. Okay, Sire players found him behind that wall, so that is a recoverable rifle if we see FNS going to sit a little bit deeper, which I feel like he will do. Can't particularly stand and fight on this one, no. He will respect it enough. So that is a rifle to hand. Seeker's going to come in as well. They want this one.
ตายเนี่ย
While I'm going to be coming through.
นี่แหละแพท
All
ใหม่
players
แพทใหม่มันจะมีอะไรแบบนี้น้อยลงเว้ยไอ้พวกสแปมเนี่ย
That's it. Ultimate coming through here. Carpe going to clear some
ดู
space.
แม่งสแปมกันดิ
Nah,
And ready to follow up, but nothing comes of it.
a little window towards sight. Didn't find much this time with the paint shell though. 3 players towards elbow, 1 towards CT. Artist trying to be held back here. Lovely control being shown by Sire player. But you saw in the meantime,
CT,
Zon did isolate Munchkin. Swing through the wall. They lose. Sire player
Hey!
standing, but only for so long. Once again, NRG
ม้วนเดียวจบ
pulling off these
แล้วดู
retakes
วิกเตอร์ดิ
very well.
เหี้ยหน้าแกโคตรโกรธ
Finds 3 on the round, but no
ใครไปทำอะไรมันหรือเปล่า
able to secure a kill. Victor back on the showstopper now. NRG on 10 and a
ใช่
crucial
ครับอันนี้
round
แพท
here
เก่าครับเป็นแพทเก่าอยู่แล้ว
for T1 to come back into.
This is a timeout. I mean, the side, we kind of see how it looked on the second half here, Mike. It's not looked good.
Yeah, it really
Nah,
hasn't. We
good.
haven't seen much value, if any, from
Nah,
the
goodแบบ
utility
หา
on
เรื่อง
some of these executes. Yeah, it's only really Band's utility that's the focal point of these executes. So very curious to see if T1 are able to dig a little deeper here. Show us something else.
Yeah, I kind of hoped we'd see that same, slightly varied approach we did on that
รียบร้อย
first half. Brought in here
ตีไป
something a little
หล่อ
bit
ม
new. But
Yeah, the difference in reliance on that utility is this is the half you expect to see.
yes. Yeah, it's a bit strange now. Obviously for NRG, if you're going to play them at a more standardized pace, more standardized game, they're going to thrive in this, which we are seeing now. All going to come in though. Som being chased down here. Side player is hot on his heels, but not going to overextend on this. Artist already going to be holding back Bam. Falls away. Again, this is feeling individual, but it's worked well enough at least for one. Seeker comes in. Som can't quite step forward in time. I thought he'd have that one. Spraying wildly towards CT, but the point has at least gone through for T1 this time.
No flank coming through, so T1's backline will be safe for the time being.
แม่งสแปมควัน
Again,
กันเละ
look
เทะ
at
เกิ
the
นไปว่ะ
utility. There's nothing available now for T1. Victor has a showstopper to work
ระ
his
เบิด
way
เคลียร์
back
เบน
in.
ซ์ไปก่อนครับ
Crashes
แล้วจังหวะ
down,
นี้
who's
เคลียร์
on the
ยูฮอ
operator. And 2 snake ones for Finesse.
Denied. Oh, right back at you though. Som showing up here. Crash is connecting. And NRG's trying to find the cycle. Carpe and Munch can do anything. No. NRG once
NRG
again.
ว่ะแมป3ว่ะ
So T1 just have no tools available whatsoever. NRG, yes, they can see
เย่
the
นา
plant,
จีบอก
but
กู
it
จะ
doesn't
เข้า เพย์
cost
ออฟ
them
ไอ
an
สัตว์
awful
หลบ
lot.
ไป
There's none of this inventory being drawn out by
ขออนุญาต
T1.
เข้า เพย์ออฟครับ
I'm honestly a little underwhelmed.
I mean, the timeout's coming now, but it's very late in the day. There's not enough rounds really to play with here. That felt like a must-win. They get the plant, yes, so it might enable a light shield purchase, but there'll be gaps in the utility, or you're forced onto an SMG. Sire player will have the showstopper, so there's something in terms of a confidence builder at least, but there have been very few positives on this
บ้อง
half.
ยังไม่เนิร์ฟครับ บ้อง
Only one round
มันเป็น
to
แพท
claim
เก่า
so far for T1. That was the bonus. It was actually a pretty poor bonus you're looking for.
Right, yeah, two came out D1.
Yeah, so it wasn't even a clean victory in that way. Yeah. Now, okay, if we talk
ในแรงก็สองนัดตายเหมือน
I
เดิม
guess outside of what we've seen so far, yes, NRG are extremely well known on this map. Very,
มันก็ต้องงั้นเลย
of course. But again, it's
เหี้ย
not
ปืน
even
ยิงไม่
that.
ตายใครจะ
Just
ซื้อมา
seeing
ล่ะน้อง
T1 don't have some of the key stakes that we were really excited by on the first half. That's just
Pretty
come
flat.
quiet.
There's not
Yeah.
really been an awful lot of depth there.
ปืนยิง2 นัดไม่ตายก็ไม่ต้องเล่นแล้ว
Too much in the early round, and they're
Yeah,
not creating
but
enough pressure. Like I said, NRG
ข่าวมาแล้ว
thriving in this. I mean, we talked about on map 1 that NRG would thrive in that sort of play style, and I think it's starting to show here on the second half. T1 lacking ideas.
Yeah, I don't know what this timeout's going to be able to achieve. That's what we're here to look at now.
Well, they've see here on the screen, forced back in, a judge potentially in the hands of Sire player who does have the showstopper and rifles across the board. Zeta being the only asterisk, a bulldog, but favouring the utility.
Yeah, Victor's got the operator though, and that scares the life out of me. They will be able to get pretty close towards him. He has to respect that utility and back away here. Sire player to get anything.
What?
Huh?
They tried to pinch through showers, but the showstopper doesn't find his Som. Invulnerable in that position, apparently.
I'm a little heartbroken from that. That looked pretty on the money. Ban going to suffer the damage to try and get the plant down, but it's something to get the punish towards Munchkin. And now 3v3. Artist even having that res in pocket, going to bring him back up towards 4, but Ban going to find Crashies. Okay. The HP a little low, yes. Damage trying to come through. Just trying to hold on in this pit. Being surrounded, chipped away at Carpe takes a step through. Isolating Som is perfect, but can he find the final 2 here? Carpe trying to slip around a little here. This could be everything. He couldn't quite adjust towards Victor, but he's made it doable. He's made it possible, but the paint shell's so good. He's taking him down so low. And Victor! Didn't even see him.
What? That is ridiculous from Victor. Goes absolutely huge for NRG to find them their 12th. Baited in perfectly.
Match point.
T1. This is going to be a hard game to look back on this map here.
ข้าวกูมาแล้วเฮ้ยนี่เพิ่งสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์เลยเหรอ
Now the money's pretty shoddy too. Operator still out. But this just hasn't felt like they've got
Yeah,
this
Victor
hard
Lan
at
keep
all.
high.
No, I mean,
Taken out of their
look at the timeline here. It tells you exactly what you need to know. The last 4 rounds,
บุกไม่เข้า
all
เลยครับ
defusals for NRG. T1 burning everything up in terms of utility to get them into a post plant, and then they have nothing at their disposal.
Yep. NRG starting to outclass
เฮ้ยเล่น
it,
ยาก
but
ครับ
it
วิ
ain't
กเตอร์
over yet. Got a long way
เป้า
back
ยิง
though, and FNS
เฮ้ยเป็นไงผิวจัด
his life still standing. Needs the res. Oh my god. Victor! How is he getting away with this sort of thing? I mean, this.
Even regionally, there have been some concerns with T1's performances on Pearl in particular. Obviously, those 2 losses to DRX are ones that stand out because Pearl doesn't really sit in DRX's wheelhouse in terms of the upper side of their map pool. So it's definitely be an interesting one. See,
ถ้าเป็นเบาหวานนะช่วยได้จริงนะ
appearance here that lost to Cloud
คือไงน้องไม้ช่วยไงวะถ้าเป็นเบาหวาน
I'm not sure T1 are going to be able to
คือ
achieve the
คน
same
เป็น
sort
เบา
of
หวานไม่ได้
things.
อยากกินของหวานอะแล้วเราก็กินไอ้นี่แทนเนี่ย
Munchkin, a ton of damage done, but stays standing.
I've got to say it. As someone from EMEA casts that region, the vast majority of the time, I've missed watching artists on a jet.
เฮ้ยแล้วม่านไปอยู่อะไรตรงนั้นนะ
See how he fares in this one.
กันใครก่อน
She's and Victor going to see a little deeper on the angle. I think that's going to have all the information though. Yeah, artist called back in to try and handle this, and he does. 3 big kills. Beautiful work, saving his two teammates and pushing a little deeper towards CT. So what can Munchkin and Zeta achieve?
2v3 now. Snakebite sent in. Tom with the information on the second as well. Crisp on the first headshot. Just Munchkin now tagged up earlier on. 20 HP left and a classic in hand. Nothing else to work with.
What five จวดจัดเลยว่ะ
seal the deal. NRG
อยู่ตรงนี้คนหนึ่งแล้วมุมไกลคนหนึ่ง
So beautiful.
พี่ว่าแม่งเฟี้ยวว่ะ
Beautiful opener here from Ardis.
เอาไปเล่นได้นะครับเนี่ยดูดิดูมุมที่มันยืนดิ
Yes, Victor falls, but
เนี่ยมุมแบบ
Ardis there to bail out
เป็นมุม
Crest.
เฟี้
Got
ยว
stunned
ๆอ่ะ
up by the Trailblazer, by the way. The clearance would have been pretty
มีตัว
easy
ใกล้
for
ตัวไกล
T1
อ่ะ
on the way back through. Very aggressive stance to take as well.
ใช่กินแล้วน้ำตาลไม่ขึ้นพี่ก็เลยรู้สึกไม่ค่อยน่ากลัวกับมันสักเท่าไหร่ส่วนตัวพี่ไม่กลัวพี่ก็กิน
Again, keep it clean.
แต่ว่าไม่ได้กินแบบชิบหายไว้ป่วงกินทั้งวันแทนน้ำเปล่าไปเลยอะไรเงี้ยเพราะว่ามันอร่อย
And poor old
กินวันละ
Munchkin. Oh dear.
2 วันหนึ่ง
Further on that pathway. Yeah, it does
อะไร
dip
เงี้
away.
ย
Keeps
หรือ
itself
ว่าไหนยาก
alive.
ก็เอา
So
ซะหน่อย
again,
ตามความ
worst
ยาก
outcome possible, but beyond that, NRG just testing
คอ
the
ร์สไฟ
waters
ดีแต่
really,
ยิงไม่
taking
โดน
the tour.
นั่นก็เป็นเรื่องที่ว่ามึงน่าจะกากนะ
Finesse hasn't been spotted out on the other side yet, but Saya posted up with the Marshal. Will be greeted by a few units of NRG here as they crest the corner. And no confirmation
เรา
just
จะแหลก
yet.
เพื่อเฮียแล้วให้ทำไงอะคอร์สไฟดีแต่ยิงไม่
Heavily
โดนอะ
towards A.
แล้วซายา
Band rotating back across, but Saya has to go.
เอ้า
If anything is to happen
บ้อง
here in
โผล่
this
ไอ้
round.
เหี้ยอย่างเงี้ยทรงบ้องโผล่ก่อน
Yep, chip damage on Bam as well. With that sort of control, they can get the plant down. B-side's theirs.
Spike
It's
planted.
going to be very hard for T1 to forge any path back through as well. One flash to play with, yeah, Carpe's got a little bit of utility. But even with that in mind, what are you meant to do?
I don't even think NRG want to go
Nope.
fishing for these frags either. T1 probably just going to sit behind this and wait it out. Learning classics in hand.
แคชชี่มากับหมักฝรั่ง
Just
คู่
gonna
ใจ
give this up to the spike.
ไอ้เหี้ยเคี้ยวทั้งวันเผื่อๆนอนก็เคี้ยวมั้งน่ะ
Ashes with a ghost, yeah, maybe going exploring. Try and find some progress towards the ultimate. Too much of it is Som actually finds
ไม่
too.
ค่อยคุ้มนะ
Fan responds. Try and protect both rifles though, yeah, Bulldog and Phantom carried across. So you find the second.
Okay, freestanding. Got what they need. As you highlighted, protecting those rifles. Now, this is when I want to start seeing
bang.
T1 dictate the pace a
สรุ
little
ปแล้วว่า
more.
กิน
Kind of
ได้ครับ
stop being
แต่อย่า
told
เยอะ
what
เกิน
the round's going to look like.
อาทิตย์ละป๋องไหม
Because I feel like they've been a passenger in the
3
last
วัน
since that
ป๋อง
last
ไหม
half of the
ชิว
second
ๆเลย
round.
3 วันป๋องนี่
Now
ชิว
we
เลย
start here, but
สบายบือสะดือโบเลยอะ3 วันป๋องอะ
Munchkin actually donning the Odin here.
That's how you survive.
And a 4-play stack to maybe try and fish Finesse out of this position on B long. Finesse disengaging very quickly, actually. Not sure if there was any sound cues coming through. Munchkin just looking to commit to this span. Ardis takes a ton of damage. Still 71. Get topped
แล้ว
off
ทำไม
a
มัน
little
คิด
bit
ไม่
here
มาอยู่
with
มุม
Rebro.
ที่สแปมได้วะ
he starts his
เขาอยู่ตรง
exploration
นั้น
towards
แล้ว
CT again. They've
ส
got
แป
the
ม
site
ใคร
that
ล่ะ
they want.
Awareness is there from T1, but
ดูมุมนี้เล่นนี่แล้วครับ NRG
3-tiered
มุมถ
setup
นัดเขาเลยครับ
dugout.
No flash this time for Carpe, so it's got to be the dog. And Ardis gets caught here.
คอร์สไฟโคตรดี
That's gone down. Not sure how that
ไอ้
happened.
เหี้ย
but
แก้
then
ไง
Ardis
คอร์สไฟ
here.
เนี้ย
Yeah, follow up as well. T1 held back. Unable to make anything of this. They have to back away and keep those weapons.
นี่ไงเจอทุกเจาะ
Munchkin finds a consolation, but this deep control once again, like I said, that 3-layered setup towards dugout pays off for NRG. I want to see the adjustment from T1 to take another look at how they want to defend A site. I don't know if in this round they're just expecting the bread and butter
มันไม่ใช่
Pearl
คอร์สไฟอะ
gameplay
มัน
of
รู้สึกว่า
run
มั
it
น
down B long, but
คอร์สไฟมันจะเป็นแบบว่า
Munchkin, unless he's given, you
อั
know,
นนี้เขาเรียกว่าอะไรวะ
potentially 1 or 2 kills here with the
ไม่
spam
รู้
from
ว่า
the
นี่เรียกว่าอะไร
Odin.
วะ
This
คอร์สไฟ
round
ก็
is
ได้ไหม
It was
อันนี้
always
เรียกว่า
gonna
คอร์ส
be-
ไฟไหมวะ
they're
มันลายเดียวกัน
playing from the
นิด
back
ๆอะ
foot.
This I need to see a little bit of a personality change here from T1. I
เกือบจะไม่ใช่คอร์สไฟ
you can't let NRG just have their entire game plan against you.
ค่าย
I
ก
don't
ล
know how you're meant to dissuade it now, but The adjustments there, though, they brought 2 additional players over towards the A side. The flash is going to be highly telling that this is a very good Carpe trying to, I guess, be the front man of this one. Does have a side player by his side, so NRG given a different perspective here.
Looking a little more traditional in terms of the
เหี้ย
setup
แม่ง
for
แกะ
T1.
แกะหนังหัวมันดีกว่าเอาแล้วไงแชท
Will tuck in.
กูว่าเนี่ยอันตรายกว่า
Now repositioning back towards
น้ำสิงไม่มีน้ำตาลกูอีก
Halls here.
เลิกไม่ได้ด้วยทีเนี้ยยุ่งละ
And Artist does still have his dash, so we have to create a little bit of space here. As NRG resets
บูม
towards
อัพเตอร์
the
นู
wall.
นอัน
The
เพิ่ม
spam
บู
comes
ม
out. Munchkin will be
สวัสดีครับดอกนี่
noted at least here.
ดอกสุดท้ายครับ
And the weapon revealed as well.
แม่งมันด้วยดูดิอ๋อ
It's getting more and more isolated. You can see the cutoff as well towards B-Link. Munchkin now living on borrowed time. It feels like an artist close the gap. Yes, he can. Okay. Bad tries to lean in a little early, and he's going to get 2 for himself. But the plant's now down, and they've got such a player advantage. It's just Sire player, and he's over by Art. He's so far away. Once again, T1 being closed here.
And Munchkin just isolates
Pun.
once again. A position where he can't have a say ahead of the execute.
ได้มาเยอะ
Then
อยู่
only
นะ
can drift ahead of Som's utility to try and bail him out. In these sorts of setups, you want to see Munchkin just completely abandon site, concede it, and commit towards a 5v5 retake, but I'm not sure if that gets lost in the comms or what. NRG, yeah, like I said, as soon as he's revealed, the game plan is there. Isolate him, pressure
not
him,
even
find the kill.
close
This worries me, Mike. I want to see an early timeout from T1. I mean, keep in mind, this problem feels like it's kind of poured in from that second half of the second map. They've had that break, obviously, to go back after map 2 and kind of talk about what's going in. There's the timeout, thankfully. I think this is just a big adjustment. These players look quiet. We've not seen much from Sire player yet. I think only 1 kill posted thus far. But it's not even that. It's approaching this game. It feels
They haven't
so
had a
different.
say in these rounds. It's not as if they've been able to. They haven't been able to get into a position to really,
ทวิตเตอร์มาแน่นอนครับคำเนี้ย
you know, define the
Lol.
outcome at all. NRG have had absolute freedom. Again, I think that's symbolized
น่า
by
จะเหมือน
how
ให้
people
อารม
are
ณ์เหมื
able
อน
to take
ไอ้
control
นั่น
of
น่ะ
these
ใครวะ
A-side post plants. That's
เมื่อ
just
กี้เนี้ย
something that can't happen. I hate to say
ดี
it.
มอน
It's not down to
เชื่อว่าต้อง
Munchkin.
มีคนเอาไป
Again,
โพสต์
as
มา
a
แซะ
solo anchor, you don't want to see him committing
No, of
to the
course not.
engagement, but you give NRG a little bit of room to maneuver, and look what they do with it.
Oh, this is dreamy for them. They couldn't ask for a better half. I'm got to say, T1 haven't been in this game since that second half of the second map. It feels it's been a drought since
ทำสี
that
พี่
point.
เตรียมใจ
The
ตับ
gear
ตัน
that
อย่างพี่
NRG
บูม
have
บำรุง
kicked
ดีแค่ไหน
into,
ก็เสีย
fantastic, good to see, but I want to see a fight out of T1. I need to see a whole lot more than
Oh.
this. This is now getting to
แล้วมันก็ขึ้นมาใหม่เรื่อยๆไม่ใช่เหรอ
If they
ผ
don't
มเรา
answer back in the
พี่ก็
next
ตัด
three,
ตัดพวกปลายออก
put a fork
เรื่อย
in it, it's done sort
ๆแล้ว
of
ผม
deal.
ผู้ชายมัน
I mean,
ชิวๆไม่เหรอ
Scary times. Yes, it's caliber of player, it's experience as well. T1 don't have that depth in the same sort of way.
เดี๋ยวโกนหัวเลยสัตว์จบ
Still,
บัฟส
the
กินเฮด
first
เลย
2 maps looked so much better. How Lotus looked was great. I want to see a bit of that here. Need to see more than this. NRG not going to turn down this opportunity. You've got a weak team against you who's not putting up that same sort of performance.
พี่
Absolutely.
รู้สึกรำคาญแล้วเอาจริงตอนเนี้ยหนังหัวแม่ง
Can
ตึงเลยอะ
T1 course correct now?
ตึงอะ
What more can they bring to this matchup? As NRG look to at least posture
แม่ง
towards
ตึง
Belong
ชิบ
early.
หายแม่งแบบว่าคือน่าจะเป็นแผลทั้งหัวใช่ปะแล้วมันก็แบบ
Munchkin and
หนัง
Sire
หัวน่าจะลอกทั้งหัวมันแห้ง
massive
อะ
numbers on the
แบบขยับ
defensive
หัว
half.
มันนี่เจ็บนะมันตึงแบบ
Barely a squeak.
ไม่รู้ปกติไหมไม่เคยทำ
Munchkin playing way ahead of his utility here.
You love that.
Love to see it. He's
Decides to-
had an inkling to
Yeah.
drift back a little deeper. Obviously only a sheriff in hand. It's not a massive
มัน
issue
เป็น
in
ป
this
กติ
round.
ใช่ไหมอันนี้น่าจะวันที่3ครับ
Trailblazer will clear the way.
พี่จะไม่ยอมละ
Flash through to mid as well from Carpe should indicate that
Give me
this
your
is
man,
fairly
little
invested, fairly all in from NRG.
Yep, Artist comfortably going to take away the turret. See the site take in mind here from NRG. Have seen that flex down towards pit and further towards CT as well. This time though, T1 do have volume.
ใช่เหรอ
Do have the
สะ
additional
หลาย
players
ๆรอบ
on pit, being Zeta.
จะเริ่มหาย
Check towards Art, make sure
ทำไม
nothing's
กู
going
ยิ่ง
on.
สะยิ่งตึง
Spike
วะ
goes that way too, could cause a problem on the cross as Sai going to catch one, but he does get
แรกๆไม่ตึงขนาด
traded.
นี้
So once again, this kind of offset of timing.
30 seconds left.
Not particularly dissuading NRG. Is T1 going to retake towards the site? And it's comfy. F&S and Artists all too prepared, all too ready. NRG not feeling any strain at all.
See light investment here from T1. Maybe trying to get ahead of the curve and prevent that spike from going down. First time NRG haven't had to rely on that spike being planted. Blade Storm online now.
พี่ให้ดูหนังหัวไหมกลัวอ้วกกันเลย
Closer and closer to a couple of other ultimates.
แผ่นเท่านิ้วอะ
Reckoning in hand
แผ่น
for
เท่าเล็บ
Ban,
อะ
but it's
พี่
2 or
แกะมา
3 away from a couple of the others.
ขออภัยนะใครกินข้าวอยู่ขออภัยนะ
Okay, right place though. T1, they've got bodies here.
Out of my way.
Side player wanting to fight. And Ardis willing to give him it. 6 to
far
1
up.
so far. It's clean. No trade potential. Nothing to support him. Side player out on an island.
I mean, he's isolated so easily by Som's utility.
อย่าหาย้อมนะ
It's a free opening.
รีวิวการย้อมผมให้นะ อันนี้เป็นครั้งแรกในชีวิต
Back of that first blood now.
ไม่ย้อมอีกต่อไปครับ ใช้คำนี้ดีกว่าเลิก
Util Crash is
ชีวิ
probably
ต
going to
นี้
clear things out
กู
with the
บอกเลย
Trailblazer here.
ไม่ทำแล้ว
Som
ดัดผมย้อมผมไม่ทำแล้วทรมาน
Definitely
นะ
now with Carpe showing his hand.
มันไม่มีอะไรแม่งแบบ
There you go.
ส
Side
บายเท่ากับธรรมชาติแล้วไอ้เหี้ย
very much on a platter here.
ดัดวอลลุ่มอะ
Ardis.
เจ็บเหมือนกัน
Couple of steps, he's feeling it. NRG just this is a bit of a shame to see it kind of whimper out like this so far. Zeta and Munchkin.
มันต่างจากพวกดัดฟันหรือผ่า
Zeta's
ฟัน
not
คุด
really
อะไร
had
อ
a
ย่าง
say
เงี้ย
in this one.
มันเจ็บแล้วมันดีขึ้นแต่เนี้ยเจ็บแล้วมันไม่ได้ดีขึ้นอะเจ็บแล้วสุดท้ายเดี๋ยวมัน
And
ก็แบบ
NRG just outclassing T1 as it
กลับ
stands.
ไปเป็น
Yeah,
แบบ
not having
เดิ
a
ม
say in these rounds once again. Sire isolated, and after that, it's I mean, a really awkward crossroads. Yeah, do we commit to the engagement ahead of the site here? Reckoning's thrown in. There's no value whatsoever on the back of it. Barely even slows NRG down because T1 don't have
เปอร์เซ็นต์เยอะครับเปอ
the
ร์เซ็นต์เยอะ
numbers
มาก
to plug behind that ultimate.
เพราะว่า
What
เขา
you need to do
กัด
with
รอบเดียวไง
with that
มันเลย
ult
แบบ
is
ว่า
create
ต้อง
chaos
เจ็บ
and
หน่อย
Targets destroyed.
take some space back, but it doesn't happen. T1 now trailing by 6.
This is going to break the hearts of T1 too. It's
Give me those bombs.
quite hard to watch it because it's all individual fights. It's all just dribs and drabs.
เฮ้ยเหี้ยขนลุกเลยสัตว์
Working for T1 here.
หัวกูจะล้านปะเนี่ย
They've just noticed
ชิบ
it.
หายแล้วไอ้อยู่ดีไม่ว่าดีแม่อยากหัวล้าน
Do or die now.
Well, it's concerning because Bind obviously showed that they had an inability to really kind of innovate on the
อยู่
fly.
ดี
Right?
ไม่
Come
ว่า
up
ดี
with
อยาก
some
หัวล้าน
responses to NRG's approach to that second half, and already here. I mean, what you said, you give it another 3 rounds, you call it wraps. With what we've seen so
Dominic,
far, it definitely feels that way. Like I said, we're only coming into round 7.
It's. I think the thing for me is the way that we've got here. I would like, obviously, if we take it, you know, from an NRG perspective, they're doing exactly as prescribed. They are following the instructions to a T as to how to play this, but they've had no
นี่ก้อนอะไร
resistance.
วะเนี่ย
Yeah, there's
Nothing has dissuaded them.
Exactly.
We've seen a little bit of aggression coming out from side play. For example, let's take that, right? Throws it in. One, you noted it. The utility work alone coming out from who is it? Som? Just set up Ardis for the most favorable fight. There was never any threat to Ardis being traded if he goes down. It had been, you know, as said, he decided to pull off a miracle. Following that, the ult gets used. There's no threat behind it. Ban invests the ult. There's no one there to make much of it, and they fall one by one. Again, there hasn't been any resilience to NRG just having their way.
ไม่ได้แกะอันนี้ไม่ได้แกะครับอันนี้มัน
Need to
ติด
wake
อยู่
their
ที่ผม
players up right now. This
มันเกาะ
this
อยู่ที่ผม
can't be how they go out of this. Again, this is a playoff
มันเป็น
spot
แบบ
on
เหมื
the
อนสัง
line.
ฆตังอะ
This is that difference. This is that jump up of
มันเกาะอยู่ที่
capability.
หัว
Seeing it here,
ไม่ได้แกะ
you're watching T1 crumble under that pressure.
ร้านคุณภาพไหม
His response looks like it might be to switch
ร้าน
up.
เอาเรื่องอยู่ครับแต่ว่าเขาคงแบบว่าเห็นพี่กัดครั้งเดียวไง
Archie, though,
เห็นพี่กัดครั้งเดียวแล้วแบบว่า อยากได้สีประมาณนี้ ก็เลยจัดให้หนักๆเลย
mid
นะครับ
will be at the cost of
พี่ก็อาจจะพลาดเอง
a
มั้ง
lot
พี่
of
ไม่รู้เรื่อง
progress
ไง
made down B long.
ไม่รู้เรื่อง
Got your trail.
ไปแบบไม่มีความรู้
To get the hell out of sight here. And
แค่
not
บอกเขา
fall
อยาก
ahead
ได้
of
สี
this
เทา
sight here, and Crashes will find him.
There's another.
Side says, nothing to disrupt the plan either. Get a little bit of heal up there.
ก็เลยหนักเลยทีนี้
Time to hunt.
And now, how do you look threatening? Well,
I mean, Crashes has got a Trailblazer at a post plant.
yeah, that says enough, doesn't it? There's no threat on the way towards the site. And actually, even that Trailblazer going so deep knows they've got so many more seconds to play with. Right, T1. Show me a little something here. Sai's got full kit on the jet. Maybe able to get into it, but not finding a body to try
ขอ
and
งพี่
take
กี่
down
เปอร์เซ็นต์
here.
วะพี่100%มันไหนยัดแม่ 12%เหรอ
staying alive behind the utility.
ค่าเสีย
NRG
หาย 4,000
unfazed so far. T1 just trying to make it look intimidating, but there's no threat behind it. They're backing away. They find nothing.
เชี่ยกันไม่อยู่เลย
At
อ่ะ
this point, yeah, they don't want to feed across the ult progress.
น่าจบแล้วครับทีมัน
All but done.
มาในเกมเท่านี้ก็ดีเลย
Come on.
ยังมีสายล่างปะ
Nothing's going right for him. Nothing.
ทีวันลงไปสายล่างครับ
There's no more timeouts either. There's no more conversations with coach. There's just facing the music. And sometimes there are better teams than you. Sometimes it's a horrifically strong reminder. Again, coming out of APAC, yes, T1, kind of that third place team, did very well in a couple of, the deeper runs there, looking like the team that could do some, a little bit of damage here. Picking a map here and there. But then you face an NRG. You face a team who does have that deep run potential, who has that caliber to their name.
Depth is the word I come back to.
It's there. It's
Twice now in this series, across two different maps. Seeing two very similar examples. NRG's just in total control.
เฮ้ย
So much
พี่ขอ
freedom.
ถามอันนึงดิ
You can
พี่ต้อง
see
ทายาอะไรวะ ขอชื่อ
T1
ยา
is
ชนิด
just
หนึ่ง
so
ให้มาซื้อหน่อย
hesitant,
ดิ
apprehensive to push a
พี่
little
รู้สึก
deep
อยาก
in
ได้
and
ยา
try to deny
รู้
this
สึกว่า
space
ต้อง
to
ทายา
NRG. Pick goes down, plant's going to come in.
สั่งเลย
I love that Crashy's got a little interested there to try and go a little bit further. This time, though, Bams
What?
found Artis. Okay, so first real time we've seen a threat being made of any sort of round.
ข
But
อบคุณ
yeah,
มาก
the
ทุกคน
Viper's bit ain't pretty when you got
ขอบคุณ
shorties
มากๆครั
everywhere.
บแต่ละคน
Garfe takes down Crashy. Som, only gonna get one. Here we go. Maybe there's some life in them yet. Maybe this is the
เหี้ยแล้วเหลือปู่จะคัด
fire, but can anyone close in?
เรียบร้อย
Yes,
ปู่จะคัด
Munchkin. Well done. Finally, they get around. Finally.
ต้องหาหมอเลยเหรอ แล้วหมอก็จะเห็น
Carpe
เหี้ยอะไรวะ
to find two
Maybe
kills
they're
with the
both-
Sheriff
maybe
inside
they're
the pit there, and like you said, there was Shorty stacked up. Artis, unfortunately, falls to a wallbang. Again, it's just so chaotic though. What are the tangibles that T1 latch onto? In terms of that round victory, it gets them on the board, yes, but can they build upon it?
หมอเขาก็เก่งบูม โอเค
All right, do it again. Got a lockdown. We got Seekers.
จัดไป หมอ
Well,
ก็ได้
T1
วะ
finally hitting it. What feels like a complete old cycle here.
Yeah.
One off the Blade Storm, one off the pit as well. So the position to potentially make this backstretch of rounds interesting here. Sire player tucked up in art. First time Victor's really going to challenge this position.
I think they had contact in last round, but no commitment behind it. That time there's a commitment. Side player wins it. That's perfect. Again, man advantage. Follow-up foul.
มาแล้วเริ่มมาแล้วครับ
T1 we need to
ทีวัน
see.
เริ่มตื่น ได้ราว 2 แล้ว
Next layer of threat gonna come from Finesse Fantasy Gods. Wins the fight too. Side player gonna fall. Okay, bring it back down to a 4v3 now.
A pause for thought here. I think Crash is going to head across and heal Finesse. They pull out the pit from Zeta. Trying to secure a site here as Munchkin
เซต้านี่แม่งชอบจ่ายอันติแบบ
to commit as
แต่
well.
ตาเนี้ยดีตานี้ดีอยู่
Goes wrong for him.
แต่ปกติไอ้นี่แม่งชอบจ่ายอันติแบบมั่วซั่วนะเซต้า
So when or where
มันเป็น
Carpe
มันเป็นคนที่อ่านแบบอ่านแปลกๆหน่อย
Slow
30
progress being
seconds
made
left.
down B link. You've got 2 more players.
ตอนนี้ได้อยู่ครับ 4-3 แล้วก็ให้เพื่อนไปเล่น B
Setup is gonna be
ถือว่าเป็นการจ่ายอันติที่คุ้มค่าครับ
That's made.
ตายแล้วมั้งเฮ้ยเหี้ยไม่ยิงหน่อยเหรอป้อมอ่ะเขาก็เทคมึงไปแล้ว
And there's the swing. Carpe, good timing, and the follow-up flash. Perfect work from Munchkin as well.
ไอ้เหี้ยโดนป้อมยิงจะตายแล้ว
There it is. Not out of it yet.
potentially need another 2 rounds like that to chip away at the finances of NRG.
มีวิธีจัดความรู้สึกตัวเองยังไงเวลารู้ว่าคนในครอบครัวเป็นโรคร้ายครับ
Required a fair amount of investment in terms of the pit and the lockdown on these defensive rounds for T1. We'll force the timeout at least. NRG, I'm going to say it's not as if it's a misstep here. They're starting to explore the map elsewhere. This unfortunately caught off guard with a wall bang.
สำหรับพี่นะพี่ก็เจอมากับตัวนะอย่างที่ทุกคนรู้ มันเป็นเรื่องที่ธรรมชาติแล้วกันคนเราเกิดแก่เจ็บตายครับ
Have amounted to round
แค่
wins
นี้
though.
Yeah, you take them when you get them, especially
มั
when
น
you've had none of them
มัน
before.
เลี่ยงไม่ได้อยู่แล้ว มันอยู่ที่ช้าหรือเร็วนั่นแหละ
NRG, they still
สั
have
กวันห
another
นึ่ง
time out to burn.
คนในครอบครัวเราก็ต้องไป
Second half anyway. I don't
ไม่ว่า
mind.
จะเป็น
It's
ใคร
like to check
ไม่
in.
มีใครอยู่ยงคงกระพัน
maybe something that Jets see and they feel
อัน
like
นี้ไม่ใช่ชาวพุทธนะแต่คิดว่าทุกคนบนโลกก็ประมาณนี้แหละวัฏจักรมนุษย์
But this is given chance, right? This is given a little bit of an opportunity
พูดแล้วกินวิตามินก่อน
to
1 ที
close the gap. Now NRG obviously they're going to be on 7 regardless, but it's what's T1 get really? Do they manage to close the
เดี๋ยว
gap?
ไปเร็วครับ
NRG kind of pick
ต้อง
back
เติม
up
หน่อย
where they left off. Nice purchase coming out for T1 though. Got to see that operator side player. Gonna get the chance to bring that through. What does NRG lean
อ๋อ
back to?
สำคัญเลยนะฮะ
BP
ที่
Sam
สำคัญ
work
เลย
well
นะฮะ
sometimes, but
เกิด
also
แก่เจ็บ
maybe
ตายไม่เท่าไหร่
considering that
ต้อง
too.
มีประกัน
So
นะบอ
lots
ก
of
ให้
consideration here.
ทำใจปุ๊บต้องทำประกันไว้ก่อนล่วงหน้าเพราะฉะนั้นมึงค่ารักษาพยาบาลทั้งหมดทั้งชีวิตที่มึงหามา
Lovely to see him have a game.
เงินเก็บหมดนะบอกเลยค่ารักษาพยาบาลโคตรแพง
Munchkin going to be littering the ground with that setup over towards A. Going to have the support as well from Zeta, but that's about it. It's a 3-play stack towards B long.
มีเท่าไหร่ก็ไม่พอ
And
ถ้าไม่
NRG
รวย
willing
จริง
to meet this as well.
กินวิตามินB กับ C ครับ
Now with the operator in hand, can T1 string something together?
Okay, they've got a note players pushed up now. Very, very telling. How much play does Sai
ไม่
get
ใคร
on
ที่
this
ยังไม่
one?
เป็นก็ทำไว้
Ball goes up, NRG looking to try and dismantle this aggressive stance. Sai player with a chance and it just dwindles.
ส่วนใครที่เป็นแล้วมัน
Connect on
ทำ
the
ประกัน
shot,
ไม่
he
ได้
has
แล้ว
to
ไม่มีใคร
respect
มา
it
รับ
now.
A bit of spam comes through. This will be healed up. G will pause behind this. Trailblazer won't find anything. An unorthodox wall here from T1 to try and deny some of this space behind Pillar, but Side player is getting curious once again.
Oh no, that's so many players on the other side of this though. He's being spammed out!
มันเห็นเหรอ
He
วะ
must have been seen there's a ping towards it. They must have known something was up because NRG now burst towards the site. It's Bam on the back trying to hold them. Trying to keep them away from the site. Keep no!
บ้าน
Takes down Victor.
ใจเย็นบ้านใจเย็น
And he's still trying to isolate spots out. Finesse, he's wanting more.
Yeah.
He's getting more. The final victim on the other side, spotting out some.
กระสุนหมด
Man is
โอ้
desperate
โห
for this.
เขาจะ
He'll
เอ็ด
kill
อยู่
him in a
แล้ว
car play. And at this point, you'll take the round.
ไอ้บ้านแม่งมาจัดไอ้บ้าน
I guess on Sire being spotted, like you said, the ping comes through, so
Don't know how.
it's 3 people spamming towards that position. But the difference being here, finally, this 3-man hold towards B side actually pays off for T1. Previously, it's Munchkin isolated, punished time and time again, and T1 left cowering behind the utility of NRG. 3 on the board.
It's huge. It's given them.
เรื่องประกันไม่
It's a
รู้ว่า
small
ทำที่ไหน
chance, but it is a chance.
โอ้ไม่มีเหมือนกันป
We're
ระกัน
talking about the finances as well. Actually, only another round away from
โอ้ย
moving this massive advantage to NRG.
เยี่ยถ้าแม่งยืนอยู่หลัง
But
บ้าน
look at
นั่นได้
NRG
นะสวยนะมึง
exploiting these adjustments. You're bringing that third man
But you
towards
may not
A
have
B early on. Well, sure. Where are you going to take him from? Middle. Cool. We'll take that. They've literally just taken over the middle of the map, so any rotation is going to feel horrific. So if maybe they pressure on that A extremity, they do this, it's going to cost them so much.
The read is perfect that T1 will now shift the reliance onto that 3-man stack on B. Find the space, but does this convert to a plant?
Munchkin getting close. And he gets, well, dealt a terrible hand. Oh,
8-4
it's all too ready for
ภาพ
it.
นี้
Crash is starting
8-4
to take towards the side. Plant going to come in. Now you may note it as well. Zeta is still here towards Pit. You know, Ban as well, playing towards Secret. Lockdown invested too.
เก็บปักล็อกดาวน์ด้วยวะได้พื้นที่ที่ค่อนข้างเฉียบ
NRG taking the space elsewhere.
วิลส้มเดินดีจัด
Sire's got to be
Ui.
careful. Ban's found the kill onto
อุ้ย
Victor.
ไม่ดีละโอ้
Oh, I mean, it's awful though. Some will fall.
และซาย่ามาเช็คเคี้ยตรงนี้วะ
4v3, making a 4v2. Ban is activating. There's crashes in FNS. Got so many targets to get through.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
just crashes. I don't think he's got the time on this one, but he's doing the best he can. That's only towards halfway. Still an opportunity, and it goes. Scarpace there.
แม่งเดินไป
Defuse
ตาย
comes
กันหมด
in. T1 are back in the game.
The plant comes through, so I think NRG's purchase will be protected here. Won't be any gaps in utility.
โชว์แจง BK นะครับมาหน่อย
Somehow, some way,
ขอบคุณซับสไครต์หมด
there's
เล
a
ย
chance we close out this half at 7-5.
อุ้ย
Like I said,
Big
a
one,
couple of
Madiba.
these, I don't want to say 50-50s or coin flips, now going in favor of T1, which was completely absent in that first stretch of rounds. There's just
โอ้
nothing
บ้าน
was
กูไป
coming off for
13
them.
อุ้ยแล้วกูโดน4
The
ราวติดเหมือนกัน
activation
ครับ
ban is massive. 13-5. Starting to come online here.
หันหลังรอหลบแฟดเลยครับสำหรับซาย่า แล้วโดดมามั่วเลยแคชชี่มั่วเลย มั่วแล้วครับเริ่มมั่ว เริ่มกลับมาสูสีอีกแล้ว
Trying to find space on the other side of the map. A little bit more proactive. We did see this early on in the half. Munchkin's utility is going to be there to spot things out.
โอ้โห
Don't think.
เห็นไหมเมื่อกี้เห็นไหม
Well, there is a ping actually. A ping comes through on the minimap.
Okay, definitely noted something. There's that look. Oh, FNS just gets backhanded down to 23.
He catches a headshot through the wall here as NRG try and find this rotation. It's drawn all of T1 over already. Going to leave Saya to anchor with that operator.
Munchkin just drifting in the open. But as you highlighted, the cavalry had arrived. Right, the spoils here and Ban, the man of the hour who's starting to come alive for T1, has made it to the site. The spike goes down and the last player standing will be Artis. A 1v4 for him.
7-5 ก็ไม่ได้ห่างนะตอนแรกมาดูเหมือนห่างมาดูเหมือน70ป่ะมาถึงมันได้เท่าไหร่วะ
What a recovery from T1. 3 first bloods on their attack.
จะเป็นโนหนึ่ง attention หรือเปล่า
from a deficit. To hold that for the time being. So might be a brawl here outside pillar. Saya gonna open things up. Vanessa full. Carpe doubles down though.
วันนี้มีกินข้าวไหม
He's caught with his hands full here. Artisky, you gotta swing. He's nowhere to go.
ไม่เช็ค
There's so enough to catch across. You gotta go huge. He's got 2. That may not be enough, leaving Fitz with it all to do.
ไม่เหมือนเซอร์เซีย
Victor with a classic. I mean,
เซอร์เซียละเอียดกว่านี้
there's a real chance on this. Hold
ครับ
on.
พี่ชาย
Show me what you got here. Side player looks unaware of the chance.
สายยาง
Snap
แม่
back
ง
real quick.
ปืนที่นี่แม่งใช้เก่งชิบหาย
Pistol on the board. A chance to tie things up off the rip here in the second half. NRG looking to be a little bit proactive here in the pistol when
เอา
it's
กดดัน
punished.
คู่แล้วตอนนี้
See if that trend does continue. If they feed
ไม่ใช่
into
ดิ
it. Well,
รู้สึก
potentially
ว่า
getting T1.
กลายเป็น NRG จะตึงแทนนะ
Momentum booster here in the second
T1
half.
แม่งมั่นใจขึ้นเรื่อยๆครับ
พี่วันนี้เก่งขึ้นเรื่อยๆป่ะพี่
เก่งขึ้นเรื่อยๆตอนนี้ตอนจาก 70 มา 67 แล้วอะดูดิ
Name of the game.
6 ราวรวดเหมือนกัน
Can they keep it
กำลังจะ
clean,
7 ราวรวด
Can they try and find some real confidence
เอาเรื่องนะ
on a round
เอาเรื่อง
like
นะ
this? Just eco cobra it out.
วินหน้าถ้า NRG ไม่ได้นี่คือ
Hear that? Mars
แพ้เลยเหรอ
rattle off a couple of shots.
น่าจะเป็นอย่าง
This is
นั้น
the
นะ
man
พี่
you want to see
เพราะ
get
เบรก
some
โม
of
เม
those
นตัมไม่ได้
eco cobra
แต่เล่น
flags.
คอนเนี่ย
นี่เบรกบูเป็นตั้มไม่ได้
ต้อง
Get some
ทำอะไร
early
สักอย่าง
progress
อะ
here
พี่
towards
ชาย
the blade storm.
ไม่ใช่ทำอะไรเดิมๆอ่ะ
See the catalyst here for T1.
ตอนจะเป็นแชมป์ก็คิดอย่างนี้ใช่ไหมเราต้องทำอะไรทักอย่างไงทำอะไรเดิมๆมันก็เหมือนเดิมไหม
But be
ใช่ครับ
careful.
พี่ชายแต่เราต้องซ้อมมาด้วยนะ
เท่ว่ะ ต้องซ้อมเหรอ
Sounds
ใช่
cool.
แต่เราต้องรู้
ก็
กัน
ฉีกเลยฉีกใหม่เลยมาแบบเหนือจากซ้อมเลย
แฟดโดนเพื่อนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเหรอ
ฉีกแผนใหม่ไปเลย
Slow and cautious progress being made by T1.
หนวกหูว่ะ
Player trying to keep track of all of this. And it's go time now.
ไอ้เหี้ย
How much
เพิ่งมาพูด
danger?
แป๊บเดียวไม่บอกหนวก
Oh,
หู
come on!
เฮ้ย
They haven't seen him! They haven't seen him at all! And now the reveal. What can NRG do?
เฮ้ย
That's what they can do!
เอาแล้วเสียหายเยอะครับ
Player
อย่าง
Zeta.
นี้
Carpe left in tatters on the floor.
เฮ้ยทำอะไร
And Artis, the last man
เอ้า
alive with 13
กำลังดี
HP.
อยู่แล้วเชียว
How lucky is he
เฮ้ย
feeling? Not very. They made a little bit of a
ทำไม
problem
ทำงั้น
out of
นะ
that round, Mike, but it wasn't enough to do much more than that.
Yeah, draw some blood. It's 2 Bulldogs saved across from this. See the Marshal coming in, a pistol as well. A lot of artist love actually.
อันนี้อะไรเนี่ยพี่กาไม่ได้เก่งหรอกได้อยู่เป็นเล็กถ้าเก่งจริงอยู่เปเปอร์ใหญ่ไปละ
Strange
Love
picture.
any of you.
เอ้ยมึงขำให้มันหน่อยดิ
พี่บูมไอแบนยิงเป็น17แล้วอ่ะใช่มันโดน07จริงไหมเนี่ยตอนแรกอะ
07จริงมึงดูดิ
T1 will throw a
I think
couple of
Bridget
stingers
like
back
that.
in here. Try and protect the purchase here in the
ขำให้
bonus.
มันหน่อยขำให้มันหน่อย
Good progress already actually for Ban.
ตลกมากเลยว่ะแทบตกเก้าอี้เหี้ยดูดิแทบตกเก้าอี้
T1 looking to continue
มั
the
นเล่น
trend
ด้วยความมั่นใจ
here.
เลยพี่
Big long pressure early
ปี
on.
หนึ่งรวมมันเซตง่ายๆหมา
They look
เดิน
big
ตามหมา
momentum behind us too, yeah.
พี่จะเสีย
There they go.
แล้วอ่านหมดเลยเหรอไอ้กิ๊ฟมึงอ่านออกหมดเลยเหรอว่าให้ทำอะไร
Through towards CT,
แน่
apparently.
นอนพี่
Dips back in though, has a second glance, now he falls.
Nè nọ.
It's only Munchkin to really do any damage so far as
ทำไมมันต้อง
Baron.
สองจิตสองใจวะตอนแรกมันจะชาร์จไปCT แล้วมันเดินกลับมาทำไมวะพี่
The 3v4
มัน
though.
เห็นไง
Victor watching
Mà
that
để bên
cross out.
chơi
Carpe
quyền
pin mid, swings
nè.
out, isolates.
Đi
Bang!
nè.
Beautiful.
หมด
Victor
คนสองใจก็เป็นอย่างนี้แหละ
threading
พี่
T1. Munchkin a little late to
จับ
the
ปลา
party
สองมือ
here.
จะเอาทั้ง CT จะเอาทั้งฮอมันไม่ได้
Keeps
จริ
calling.
งๆหน้าที่มันต้อง
NRG
เป็น
take back
CT
control of this
ปั๊มรัก
series.
ก็เช่นกันนะ
อุ้ย
All left standing as well. Obviously, we know T1 protected the purchase here, so. Actually, Sire down at 3100. Didn't even spot that in the previous, so we'll only have the Guardians work with no Blade Storm available just yet. Sire just
ตอนแรก
chomping at the bit,
ผมนึกว่า
desperate to
ตำรา
find
วอล
an
ลูจะมี
engagement,
แค่
but
ทฤษฎี
NRG,
แต่พอพาเซียไปเอสเซนชั่นได้ปฏิบัติก็เก่งนี่หว่า
damage limitation being key here.
ตำรา
ไอ้เหี้ยผมเป็นทฤ
Sire
ษฎี
not
ตอน
given
ไหน
a chance to really
ไอ้
have
เหี้ย
a
ตอน
say.
มันอยู่กับกูไงไอ้สัตว์
ตอนแรกๆเลย
เออ
T1
ตอนที่มันอยู่
continuing
กับกู
though.
ทฤษฎี
Again, stacked
เอา
up
ไม่หยุดแล้ว
outside B-Long.
ตอนนั้นนะ
แคมเลยนะไอ้เหี้ย
Spray comes in. Somehow
I'm
both
not sure
unscathed.
where are those
Yeah,
shots are
where?
coming, but
How are both players standing? No problem. They're gonna force the
พาเซอร์
utility
เซียเข้าลีก
to
นี่
be
ประสบ
invested
ความ
a
สำ
little
เร็จ
later
เลย
on.
นะ
Still
น้
a
อง
question mark maybe towards the back.
ๆเหี้ยอย่างน้อยกำตังค์คนละล้านอะล้านสองล้านสองล้านไปต่ำ
There's that early progress of the old
ปีก็
noticeable ban, so that should be able to kind
ยังไง
of
ก็
help
สอง
them
ล้าน
out towards the site. Take plenty of bodies on the site.
เอา
Though
มาตั้ง
Art's
ตัว
gonna
ได้
get
เล
one
ย
on the way. Zeta
2
goes
ล้าน
down.
เหี้ยหวานชื่น
They're
ลื่น
still
ล
trying to be a nuisance, still be a problem. Play to the madness of this, but they're not committing with that spike.
NRG able to actually deny the plant as well.
งานเข้าแล้ววะ
The
T1
ultimate being reinvested here will clear out a lot of the space, and T1 be left licking their wounds as they retreat away.
จริงสมควรโดนเนื้อกระสุน
Leave Munchkin
พี่ก็ว่า
posted up,
เห็น
but-
ด้วยครับ พอเหอะไอ้เหี้ยกระสุนเยอะ
Again, with an alarm bot here, there's a chance he's
ๆแม่ง
still
ยิงกันเพลินไปเหี้ยทะลุควันเละเทะ
muted
หมด
a
เลย
little bit in terms of his abilities to lurk through.
Now the pinch will come down.
30
Towards
seconds
lane.
left.
ถ้าเทียบกับ CSGO มันมีไหมอะไรแบบเนี้ย
Feel the brunt of it.
Nua
Does
nua
have the turret
kwan
there
kwan.
though as well.
มีไงพี่สโมกไง
Taken
ตัวสโม
care
กไง
of.
ไม่มัน
Trying to
มัน
bolster
ก็ยิงทะ
himself
ลุ
as
ควัน
best
อะ
he
นะ
can towards this.
Hey.
The timing on the crunch is everything. Munchkin.
เอาป้อมอะไรวะ
Outdone, and now suddenly they've got a little bit of room to
Bom
fall
du lang
towards.
sa-
Over
bom
towards
du
long for
lang.
NRG. The cross gonna be watched, gonna be punished. Perfect FNS.
เหี้ยเอฟเนส
No
ว่ะ
access to the site now.
ถ้ามันยิงก็
Nice
จบ
pivot from T1, but it went nowhere.
Beautiful
Kan
adjustment
tama
here with the
kiba,
poison
no?
orb. Finesse and Victor then
ไม่
stack
มั่น
up,
ใจมันจะอยู่
commit
ที่ประ
towards
มาณ
this crossfire on long,
150,000หรือเปล่า
isolate
ต่อ
Munchkin,
เดือนขั้นต่ำ
ใช่เหรอ
regain
120,000 ถึง
control.
150,000นั่นแหละแถวนั้นแหละหลักแสนอะเอาเป็นว่าหลักแสนแน่ๆครับขั้นต่ำเงินเดือนในลีกอะ
I said the timing of the investment, or the reinvestment, I should say, with some actually gets
150K
closer
นะ
towards
ขั้น
B
ต่ำ
site. It
อัน
denies
นี้
the
คือก
plant.
กดมันประ
Even
กาศ
then,
มา
the
เลย
Trailblazer
Man,
clears
how you
inside the
lead.
cove. There's lots of information gathered by NRG that allows them to play that perfectly.
ก็เหมือนเอาวีบ้านเราไงเขาก็มีกฎ
Sheriff, so
ว่าต้องให้
all
เงิ
the
นเดือนนัก
T1
กีฬา
can really claim.
แต่รายการเขาก็การันตีว่าสังกัดก็จะได้เงินจากเขาประมาณนี้เหมือนกัน
Two players from T1.
What a beautiful
fight
snake
talk,
bite
kan
from Finesse, by the way.
Oh, I die,
Lands
kan I?
perfectly here at the choke point
think
and
what
allows
I
NRG
อันนั้นพู
to
ดถึง
find
เอา
these
วี
kills. Munchkin slipping through.
ไม่รู้
Find a
ไม่รู้ว่าอะไร
response, but-
มันก็ต้องเหมือนกันแหละไอ้เหี้ย
2v3.
Coming back.
And Spike firmly in control of NRG.
ขั้นต่ำทอมมี่น่าจะ160 เซนไอ้เชี่ยนี่
A great deal towards Munchkin.
มั่วนะ มึงมั่วบ้านงานนะ
That flash is
Yeah.
gonna really sell out
อย่าด่า
Zeta.
อย่าด่าดาราฮอลลีวูดกูขอร้อง
Looks like Munchkin's gonna try and join him potentially.
งงไอ้กิ๊กงงป่ะดาราฮอลลีวูด
So
คืออะไร
many bodies on the other side of the
งง
site.
เพ่
Far better equipped.
อย่าง
Yeah.
They're close. They're close.
ไม่อยากพูดเนี่ยสงสารมันนะ
So yeah, catching a little bit of a jump scare there.
หายแล้วT1ต้องทำอะไรสักหน่อยเหรอพี่ชาย
ต้องทำอะไรสักหน่อยอีกแล้ว
Yeah,
ทำอะไร
look,
ห
I
ลาย
haven't
สัต
actually
ว์ก็มัน
spotted
ยิง
the
ไม่โดน
assist
มึ
in
งดู
that
มันยิงกันดิ
snake bite previously, but
มึงดูมันยิงกันดิ
no, it's just a perfect read here after not much success on B long. Anticipating here, but
อย่าง
it
นี้เข้าทาง
definitely
เอ
makes
เป็
the
นเน็ตสิ
anti
วะ
go a
แต่ว่า
little
เฮ้ยมันตีบีมา
more
2 รอบไม่
comfortable.
แตกเลยมึงไปแคมป์เอสั่งแผนแบบง่าย
เอาแล้วโคชเซียอ่านแล้ว
ๆนี่ไงพี่ดูดิเจ็ดไปแล้วน่ะ
เอ้ยถึงว่ามึงแชมป์ไม่กิ๊ก
เพราะอะไรวะ
ไอ้เหี้ยมันเล่นง่ายๆอ่ะ
เอ้ย
พี่
ไอ้เหี้ยกัปตันปะเนี่ยไม่ใช่นี่หว่าไอ้เหี้ยนี่แม่งน้ำลายบูดไม่ค่อยพูด
Flash there. T1.
พี่ดูดิมันเล่นง่ายๆเนี่ยไอ้เน็ตอะ
Take the challenge on this one with the Viper side.
ไอ้
T1.
กิ๊กมาขี้โมอะไรครับ
This is a key round.
Yung
for
may
T1
mo
if
wala.
they wanna
May
try and
mo
compete in
kung
this matchup.
King
NRG
Tam
doing
by
what they
Chem
need to get to those
Ascension
double
win,
digits.
เฮ้ย
Lockdown
เอา
and
ดี
Seekers to potentially clear out a lot of
มึ
space
ง
on
ได้
A
ดี
here.
ก็พอมันนะไอ้
ไอ้
ปิ
เหี้
ด
ยผมนั่งเล่นเกมไอ้เหี้ยกิ๊กพูดไม่หยุด
ลำคาญเหรอ
Ardis might be
Little
greeted
Lampard.
outside art. There's a chance to isolate Zeta, but that has now passed. We have a couple more members of T1 staring him down. Yeah, T1 looking to pinch
คน
behind
ระ
this
ดับประเทศ
lockdown.
วิเคราะห์ทีมระดับ
Trying
โล
to
ก
do this, and he ain't gonna do anything. Sire player, great work. Art now
คนระดับ
available.
ประ
They
เทศ
can
วิ
access
เคราะห์ทีม
towards the
ระดับ
site.
โลก
Crash is just trying to spam away. Does catch Munchkin with a little bit of damage, but the site should be
ไม่ว่ายังไง
theirs.
ก็
Let's
ยัง
see
ดี
if
ไม่พอ
NRG
สำหรับ
play
พวก
back
มึ
in.
ง
They
ว่ะ
do
ไอ้
a
เหี้ย
little.
แชม
ผม
ป์แล้ว
วิเคราะห์อะไรวะผม
แช
แค่
มป์
บอก
แม่
ว่า
นี่ขนาดแชมป์แล้วนะก็ยังไม่พอนะก็ยังหยิบระดับโลกเข้ามา
One
มา
towards
ทับ
pit,
ต่อ
counter lockdown.
ผมไม่ได้วิเคราะห์ผมแค่บอกว่ามันเล่นง่ายๆเป็นเน็ตอะ
เอ้ยไอ้มันอ่านขาดไง
แน่นอน
สนใจซื้อตัวไหม
Taking
This
NRG a
one.
little
Forward.
while to take the
Forward.
space. One detained here.
Forward.
Finesse, can he find
โอ้
it?
And Finesse is close by.
Do
There's
this.
a support
ง่าย
from Carpe there to defend
ไอ้เหี้ย
side
เจอ
player.
ตัวหงิกยิง
Now
ตัวหงิก
Crash
ก่อน
shot by one towards what?
What
ไม่
is
ไม่ยิง
that?
ตัวที่มีปืน
Nasty
อุ้ย
win
ไอ้
in
บ้าน
there,
ยิง
finding
ดูดิ
both
ไอ้
players.
กิ๊ก
And it's
มัน
just
ไม่
all
เยอะได้ไง
left alive now.
Boom,
So
boom,
much to do, and he ain't gonna be able to do
มั
it.
นก็นิ่ง
T1
มัน
making
เล่น
through
ง่าย
the
ๆอ่ะ
round.
ยิงตัวมึง
Four alive, closing back in on this gap.
Again, key that 4 are left standing here. Gives them a chance to solidify their position in terms of the finances as
ตก
well.
รอบแรก
NRG
กูจะหาให้
full
กิ๊ก
repurchase
ดูดิแม่ง
force.
ไม่มีให้กำลังใจกันเลย
Beautiful
ขอกำ
start
ลัง
from
ใจ
Carpe
นะ
as
โอ้
well
เพื่
to,
อน
ไอ้เหี้ยดูดิ
Alright.
คนมันลั่นนะเนาะ
to bail out
know,
Sire player there
รวมโล
after
ก
being
เรา
เอ
ขอ
detained.
อก
ำลังใจได้ไหม
เหี้ยก็เหลือทีมไทยทีมเดียวไม่มีกำลัง
Back
จ้อง
within
กำลังใจ
touching
เลยเหรอ
distance here. 2 rounds separate them.
I see Ardis,
ไม่มีหรอก
I
ไอ้กิ๊
see
ก
Operator,
ขนาด
I
ทารอน
also
ก็
see
ไม่
Zero
ได้เนาะ
going that way.
Yeah.
I get excited.
ไม่มีกำลังใจให้มึง
Don't
หรอก
underwhelm me, Ardis. I missed
Ui,
watching your game.
no fat.
See what you got here.
คืออะไร
13
โอ้ย
to
นี่มัน
10.
ได้ห้าว
Make it
แรกอะอาทิตย์อะ
14. There he goes, as does Ardis. Dips away, doesn't want to outstay his welcome. The rest of T1 side to pressure towards the side a little more, trying to work around that ult.
แดดที่เดิม แดดไปไหน
แดดเราดันทีครับอย่างนี้แดดเราต้องดันที ถ้าตามแผนน่ะ
being taken, Victor gonna be isolated,
ทำให้
can't
เพื่
be
อน
helped
ถือว่า
out
เล่นดี
here.
อยู่ช็อตเนี้ย
Wall's in the way, Carpe's the one to get him. Back down to a 4v4 now.
Come back
เหี้ย
through.
นี่
Crash
น้อง
does
กู
have
ดู
the
แป๊บเดียว
second
รู้เลยเหรอ
flash
ว่า
available
แดด
as
ที่
well.
เดิมหมาที่เดิม
Invested here. Do you want to get
Oi.
back on site as quickly as possible? But it doesn't clear too
เกิน
much
ไปว่ะ
space.
กิ๊ก
No, it doesn't.
มันแดด
Full
ตรง
picture
นี้เพราะ
here.
พี่เนี่ย
Ardis
ต้อง
won't
ลา
do
เตอ
those
ร์
next
ตรง
couple
เนี้ย
of steps. He has to go in
รู้ได้ไง
unison
วะ
though. Carpe waiting.
Ui.
Sire delivering that.
Ui.
down. He got crashes.
โอ้
โอ้ย
เจ๊
Yeah, time to
ว้าว
ย่า
เฮียสายย่าว่ะ
Completely blind on the second there. Beautiful stuff.
นั่งแบบ
And immediately
สายยาว
NRG gonna pull the
ไม่
time
นั่ง
out
แบ
of
บ
the
นี้
back
เขา
of
เรียกว่า
this.
นั่ง
T1
เว้นที่ไว้
style to
ไอ้
make
นี่
him sweat
ให้กิน
here.
ข้าวได้ครับ
เฮียแม่งกลางปีกไอ้สัตว์
Nice surprise
จะบิน
from
มาเนี่ย
T1 feed.
โอ้โห
ชับอ่ะ
Big
mate.
round
Yeah.
from Sire.
Yeah.
Talked about him having a quiet first half.
เทจัด
Starting to find his footing a little bit here,
ไอ้
Lawrence.
นี่เดียว
Needed that.
Deadlock.
I mean, Ban's leading by a country
ไม่
mile.
ได้
The guy's on
ที่
21
เท่
to
เกินไป
9.
เปล่า
Huge influence, not just in this half, but that first half. He was the one that brought them those couple of rounds that got them back in this game. And now we look towards Sire player. Is this when he starts finding that
Rolex
hot
นี่
hand
เด็ก
here
เก่า
as
แท่น
well?
11
Those two with a
ปะไม่ใช่
1-2
ครับ
punch.
ไม่ใช่อะดิ
They
เด็ก
look
มัน
good
ไม่
in the
ถึง
last
เข้าไม่ได้
game.
หรอก
ไม่ถึง
They need a lot of that to come
โอ้
through
โห
here.
ไม่ถูกใจ
Noted
อะ
it
ไม่
was
ค่อยพู
actually
ดที่ไม่
sided.
ชอบ
Obviously, we're talking about
Good side.
the
Good
first
side.
blood
Maybe
versus
no, I mean,
EG.
ใช่
Constantly T1 were having to
King.
play
But
from
team in the King,
behind,
I don't see that.
conceding a first blood and having to equalize. Actually, in mid-round, it was very
อย่าง
rare.
สั่งเพื่อน
In
อย่างเพื่อน
early
จะ
round
ทำอะไรอ
trade,
ย่าง
we
เงี้ย
were
อีก
talking
คนนึง
about
ก็ต้องตอบด้วยเอา
versus
เลยอะไรอ
EG,
ย่างเงี้
their
ย
inability to
Yeah,
force
man,
Kang
good.
Kang deeper on the operator. You know, the
Yeah,
lack
on
of
me.
focus around utility in the early round. Yes, it's stylistically a
Well,
very
but Lily,
different
that's
game
not
here
bad,
from
that's not
NRG, but T1 now showing that they have that in their wheelhouse. The ability
แต่
to
ที่
do
ผ
it
มช
once
อบบอก
again.
พี่ผมขอเดินไปยิงตรงนี้นะ
สวย
เอา
เนาะ
เลยกิ๊ก
So glad they
เดี๋ยว
woke
ผม
the
จะ
hell
มี
up,
กำลังใจ
Mike.
ขึ้นมาเนี่ย
I was so worried they'd go
Up
just
it, then,
whimpering
put
that
it.
3. I'll take this. Even if T1 lose from now on out, I don't care. They've
Samband,
had a little bit of something brought back
Kasi,
into this
takpan
matchup,
ng
and
team.
NRG forced into that timeout, clearly feeling
เวลา
that
กินทำอะไร
stress.
ผมก็พูดตลอด
Feeling like
พู
they
ดว่า
didn't have all the answers.
ก็
อุ้ย
But now it starts with
Oh,
that control.
really?
Goes towards 8.
Big.
Oh, gathered. And looks
ถ้า
like
กู
they'll
เสียง
leave
เงียบ
Ardis
ไป
up here for
มั
a
น
second.
ก็ระวังดีๆนะผมฟังมันอาจจะพังนะ
อุ้ยลุกเลยเหรอลุกเลยเหรอถึงกับต้องลุกเลยเหรอ
ต้องลุกอยู่ไกลๆเลยตัวเนี้ยไม่มีกระจกมองหลังเลยพี่หันหลังให้ผม
บ้องเลยนะ
Well, a rare miss from Ardis. Has to try and get the head out of there. He's caught. Munchkin found two.
He doubles
Wait.
down on it. Munchkin
Oi.
is out of his
มัน
mind.
มันง่ายๆเหร
Catching
อ
crashes is
ไอ้เหี้ยเลเกอ
everything.
ร์ทำงานพี่
You
ชาย
almost cut your losses at Ardis, but the find on the
Look at the
second is
Tangan.
unforgivable. Devastating impact. And now you look at it, the bigger picture too. Evan is still on a stinger. I mean,
ไม่กลับ
he's
เอ
trying
จริ
to
ง
take some space towards long. He has no
ไม่
idea
กลับ
what's
ครับ
waiting on the other side.
รอตบตัวดัน
He's walking
รอตบตัวดัน
in, then zero
และตัวนี้
awareness
ด้
of
วย
it.
เรียบร้อย
Tried to do a bit of damage on their shore,
เอา
but it
วิ่
was
งว่า
never going to be
วิ่ง
enough.
มั่วเลยวิ่งมั่วเลย
Now
วิกเตอ
down
ร์
to
วิ่ง
Victor
มั่ว
and
เลย
Som.
เดี๋ยว A เดี๋ยว B เดี๋ยว A เดี๋ยว B
Som's obviously very disconnected from this. Is he leaning towards saving
เนี่ย
that
มันคือตำรา
operator?
ถูกต้องไหมพี่
Can
ถ้า
Victor
5 ต่อ
go
2ไงต้อง
clutch
มาเล่น
once again for NRG? No, he can't. Only Carpe
เล่น
claimed
อย่างเงี้ย
here.
แล้วก็แพ้
Som probably heading back towards picking that operator
พูด
up.
ตำรามึงมั่ว
Here
ไอ้
it
ทิก
is, get it and go.
ไม่
This
หมาย
is
ถึ
going
ง
to be 10
ไอ้
apiece.
มั
We've
น
got
ไป
a game
ทำ
on
อะไร
our hands. I
ไอ้
didn't
คิว
think
จอย
I'd
เด
be
ส
saying
ปะ
that.
ไอ้อาดิดอะ
The
What an
first,
opener!
the first I'm like,
But he
cool,
wow,
yeah,
man.
that's kind of
Wow.
sick track and he caught Artist, you know, is he, you know, updrafting and trying to get out of there.
โค้ชจิ๊กวิเคราะห์ตาหน้าดิ
Yeah, 'cause I think Artis
Maybe caught Kyle
maybe
Hanna.
caught off guard,
เพราะว่า
whiffs
มี
the
ทีมขอ
shot,
งตัวเองแล้ว
but then also
ทีม
whiffs
อื่
the
นไม่ได้
cloudburst. It goes way off to the wall.
Yeah.
Doesn't give him any safety to
But
dash
team
into,
อื่นไม่ได้
which is why he's forced into
ใช่
the updraft as well.
เฮ้ยก็เปิดได้อยู่ก็ดีกีแชมป์ประเทศปะวะตอนเนี้ย
ไม่ได้รอผมไม่มีงานก่อนพี่ชายเดี๋ยวผมมาคุยกับพี่ไม้ซองเหมือนเดิม
Player cam.
พี่บูม
Yeah.
อันนั้นวิเคราะห์ได้ยับเลย
Oh, looking to maybe try and pressure this operator. Bad
Hey,
on the
lit.
other side of things. Not much time left to try and find him. Again, they've got the funds to support this. Find the burst.
And you're down. That's prize possession lost there.
อุ้ย
Big denial actually
ยัง
because
ปากดีอยู่นะตัว
NRG
เนี้ย
are going to feel the pinch.
ด่านบายบอก not even close หลังจากนั้นโดนรัว
He's loving it.
Even here, somebody throw Carpe a couple of
ยัง
pennies.
ใส่ยังใส่อยู่ยังใส่อยู่
1K, but
Ooh.
beautiful stuff.
beautiful จริง
What
เฮ้ย
an
เฮ้ย
opener.
เฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ยเชี่ย
ไอ้เกาหลีแม่งแบบสปอนเซอร์รถเป็นแบบ Mercedes กับ BMW ทั้งนั้นเลยว่ะ
See
พี่
why they desperately wanted that
Yeah, man.
operator, Mike.
เท่จัดเลย
They're left with nothing.
หายแล้วพี่
Up here towards pillar. No resistance early on here from
ปืนไม่ค่อย
NRG.
เอื้อไม่เป็นไร
Oh, Crash is going to have some utility sent his
รอหม
way.
ดวอลก็ได้มันอีโคเฮ้ย
A lot of
รีบ
players here.
ผมว่ามันไม่สนอะไรแล้ววะ
Som.
เนี่ยมันรีบมัน
ไม่สนหรอ
หมดวอล
Som finding a
เล่
second.
นง่ายๆนี่
เอ้ยกิ๊กไม่เอาน้องไม่เอา นี่มึงไม่วิเคราะห์ใช่ไหม
Forcing the handle at all.
ไอ้เหี้ย
Everyone not having the
ไม่มัน
easiest
ต้อ
of
งรอหมด
times.
วอลของไวเปอร์ทีมกันหมดก่อนที่
โอ
จะ
เค
ไป
โอ
โช
เค
ว์อะ
โอเคเข้าใจ
Artist
เข้า
down
ใจ
to
เข้า
20
ใจ
HP, Som down to 5. Crash
ไอ้เด็ก
has fallen. So
อย่าง
no
นี้อย่างนี้
kill
กูรู้เลยเซอร์
available.
เซียทำไรตอนถ้าเราอีโคเซอร์เซียจะรอเราหมด
Could get
บอล
caught off here.
This is
งั้น
so
เราแทง
dangerous.
ก่อนหมดบอลเว้ย
Oh, terrifying
Fat
FNS
halup
there.
bile.
Munchkin's gone. It's basically on Zeta here. The only one sitting pretty.
Oi!
He's doing
Oi!
everything he
เอาแล้ว
NRG!
อุ้ยเย็ดแม่ เอ็ด
Zeta!
ไอ้สัตว์
What a round!
มันบอกกูทำได้ไงวะไม่เห็นเมื่อกี้พร้อมยิงเซตอะ
And NRG try it again. They're so good at
แต่
flooding
พี่ก็รู้
these
ดิ
Vipers
ใช่ป่ะถ้ามันอี
pits.
โคมันต้องเล่นปืนอะไร
This
ซี
time
แซด
around
อะไรวะ
ใช่ปะไม่ต้องจำเป็นต้อง
Zeta pulls out
เสีย
an
ทะลุวอล
ace
เข้าไป
to secure
พี่
this
ชาย
one.
รอหมดเลย
To find T1, they're 11th.
เราทะลุวอลไปเพราะระยะใกล้ใช่ไหมล่ะ
Their
โดนพวกมัน
buy this round was garbage. It was
เรายืนห่าง
Guardians,
ๆรอวัดปืน
frenzies,
นม
odds
ครบ
and ends.
ไม่เป็นไรแต่นี่ประกันภัย
Pressure
ให้
was on
เสีย
อุ้ย
ดาย
ไอ้เหี้ยนี่มันเห็นว่ะมือม่วงแม่งไอ้สี
His
ม่วงแม่ง
teammate
โกง
was down
ว่ะ
to nothing that final one.
สีม่วงโกงในวอลปะเพราะว่าวอลสี
Insane
เหลืองออก
stuff
สีเขียวๆเหลืองๆไง
โกงว่ะสีม่วง
Artist
แม่งโกง
though,
ว่ะ
operator in hand once again.
เฮ้ยไอ้เหี้ย
This
สไน
time
มาวัด
around,
ผมหมดนะ
Sayat
พี่
going to try and
ผม
face
เชียร์อา
off
ดิตวะ
against
เนี่ย
it
ชอบมุมอาดิต
with an offer of his own.
ดูดิ
โอ้โหว
ไม่
อล
พลาด
เฟล
นะดิ
เฮ้ย
ไม่เคยพลาดเลย
เชี่ยแม่งเหลือหัวแค่นั้นแม่งยิงโดนไอ้สัตว์
นี่มันไม่พลาดแต่มันอยู่ทีมเก่าแล้วพี่ไอ้เหี้ยอาดิตอะ
ไอ้บ้านขอเล่นบ้าง เล่นบ้าง ขอเล่นบ้างครับ
Artist quite
แต่
good
นี่
at
ตัว
this
ลั่น
game.
นะดิ
ลั่นแต่มึง
Van's
เสียง
gonna
ขวาย
try
หน่อย
and
ดิ
put a
ร่วง
man, that's a tag towards Carpe 2, down to 52. Next
เสียง
angle
นี่
adopted.
ตัวลั่น
ยังไม่เห็นเหี้ยเลยเลย
See him.
ไม่มันไม่ไหวหรอกเพื่อนถ้าไปพีอย่างนั้นอ่ะคนเล็งรอ
There's
มัน
another glance.
มันก็ไม่ใช่ไก่กาที่ไหนนะเฮ้ย
ให้เกียรติมันหน่อยนี่
Basically,
สไน
he's
ด์
on
นะ
the
พี่
side. This
Bây
round
giờ
looks
mày đã
wrapped
đồn
just on
đi.
the back of him. What else are you meant to do?
Munchkin trying to find some space elsewhere, but much looser hold here from Som. Was happy to concede this space.
เอา
Finesse on that though.
เมาลั่น
Som will reveal himself, I
ดูดิ
guess.
ไอ้
คิด
เอ
อ่อน
ฟ
ไปหน่อย
deep position
เอฟเอ
here
ขนาด
with-
มันอยู่ในพื้นที่แบบอันตรายมันยัง
Looks
ขัง
like a
เพื่อนอย่างเงี้ย
desktop.
ปากมันขยับตลอดเวลาเกมลิดดิ้งที่แท้จริง
ไม่เคี้ยวหมากฝรั่ง
อ๋อมันพูดพี่เมื่อกี้มันพูด
มั่
ไม่
ว
ใช่
แล้ว
เหรอ
ไอ้เหี้ย
มันพูดเมื่อกี้อะ
อุ๊ยอะไรอ่ะเฮ้ยไอ้เหี้ยกำแพงมีปืนออกมางงดิ
I think he's there.
Yes.
Well, the round has gone from possible to less than. Mike was in hand, and FNS is there.
แต่
Yeah,
กูว่ามั
lovely.
นปั่นป่วนด้วย
Not
โอ
end
ดิน
there though. That
ที่เหมือนเป็น
started
เล็กเล่นอ่ะ
Artist, and in some
ทำไม
fight
มันไม่
back,
เล่นกันวะ
even you were surprised
ที่
that
เจสันเอามาใช้
that
อ่ะ
pixel that he had spotted
ไม่ว่า
there.
จะบอมไหนมันก็ปั่นป่วนอะโอดินมันสาดได้หมดอะ
Let's have a little look at this one.
จุดวาง
พี่บูมดูดิ
โอ้โหดูดิเป็นไงดูดิ
Come on.
โอ้โห
The adjustment is beautiful. I said here, man, didn't even see him.
เหี้ยเย็นกิ๊บ
Didn't
ว่ะ
even see him.
เหลือนิดเดียว
คนยุโรปมันว่าผมว่ามันมีพลังปานที่ดีแบบลมหายใจเข้าหายใจออกมันดีอะมันเลยแบบนิ่งอะ
เอ้ยมึงไปถึงขั้นนั้นแล้วเหรอ
จริง
Right,
พี่
yeah,
ผม
not
วิเคราะห์มาแล้ว
massive
คนเอ
stacks
เชียมัน
behind
แบ
this,
บ
though.
หายใจเข้าหายใจออกมันจะโลกๆอะ
Blade
Look.
still available as the only
Hey,
ultimate on
ไป
the
เรื่อย
board
เล
here.
ยกิ๊ก
Try and test Ardis again.
กูให้ช่องแชทตัดสินดีกว่าอัน
Will
นี้
be seen. He's respecting it enough to fall away a little deep from that next angle. What a cool ban off guard.
จากการอะไรช่องแชทมึงตัดสินเลย
Further back from
พี่
that
ไม่เคย
now.
นั่งสมาธิ
There's a reckoning's
Hey,
gonna come in.
Back
How
to
long does
them.
he stick around
ไม่
for
เค
this?
ย
คราวเนี้ย
Dave
มันตรงไหม
in this position, Sire player gotta be careful too now.
เฮ้ย
เฮ้ยตาย
Blender
เอ้ย
ขอ
ไม่
ยิว
ตายไว้สัตว์
breathing on 8 HP, gonna get a little bit of a heal up.
เหี้ยโดนเกาะแตกโดนไฟเกับตายครับ
Unfortunately for him,
อุ้ยแม่งเล็งรอนี่ไงเล็งรอ
But
ไอ้สัต
above
ว์
we go.
รู้เหลี่ยมกันนี่ว่าเจ็ดรู้เหลี่ยมเจ็ดว่ะ
Apparently, it's Sire player to fall off the back of that. There's a long old flank on the way as well.
เฮ้ย
T1 gonna feel surrounded pretty soon. Oh, this misses. Zeta wins out. And now he gives himself a little bit of pocket
มี
of
สำ
safety
คัญ
to
ในเวท
play.
พอว่า
The
ที่
awareness
สอง
here of
เพื่อน
Rebels, the
จะ
flank.
ไล่อัพ
Do they prioritize
That's
forward? They
minute.
push deeper. Carpet's going to find one. Victor.
That's all.
Not gonna find a trade though. He finds a second.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had to have won that fight against Victor, otherwise now there's problems. It's a 3v2. Zeta's still alive though. Munchkin's still there. Tap on the spike, but he gives up.
Ow!
FNS so heads up. And now Munchkin.
เฮ้ยเอาครึ่งเหรียญไปเลยเฮ้ยทำเหี้ยอะไรอะ
Crash is trying to defend. FNS, he goes
Hang on.
for it. The defuse.
ถ้าแพ้นะไอ้เหี้ย
He's through.
มึงจะปล่อยทำไมวะ
Make it to
เฮ้ย
12.
เอาแล้วเอาแล้ว
Total faith in his
เอา
team.
แล้วแคชชี่เอาอีกแล้ว
Finesse,
แล้วเอเอเป็นคน
sticking the
ไอ้เหี้ยนะ
defuse.
แพ้กูบอกเลยแคชชี่จากยืนเมื่อกี้เดินไปด้วยเดินเลย
Make
อะ
the right decision in
มีโยกกัน
such a
บ้างอะ
high
ไอ้สัตว์
pressure situation.
เจ็ดแม่ปล่อยทำเหี้ยอะไรสัตว์เวลาก็กระชั้น
Get
ชิด
that fight on Victor.
It's Victor on the other side of it though.
He knew that he was the
That's
target.
it.
He knew that that was where they wanted to be. Once that crunch comes in, once they felt that pressure, they had to
ไว้
fight
ใจ
back
อ่ะ
somewhere.
เอ็มเอไม่
And
มอง
Victor's
ละ
just
ไว้ใจ
playing,
เลย
playing so perfectly in that.
แล้วถ้าไอ้ยี่แคชชี่เป็นคนแก้แค้นแล้วไอ้เอเมเนตเล็งอันนี้
โอ้โห
11 and 12, though we ain't out of it yet.
ไอ้เหี้ยเอเมนน่าจะรู้ตัวแหละว่าเดี๋ยวกูแก้ให้เพื่อน
T1,
เป็นพี่ก็เสนอตัวแก้ให้นะ
it's OT
เพราะพี่
or
ก็
it's
ไม่อยากหรอกเหมือน
GG.
กันอันตราย
Are they
Gotta do something.
destined to
ใช่
see
เหรอถ้า
another
เป็นผม
overtime
ไม่แก้
here on Pearl?
แก้เลย
พี่แก้เป็นพี่แก้
And forced
Vamos
down
a con la
now
saga,
with two
equipo.
Bulldogs
พี่ไม่
in the
มั่นใจ
inventory. You have the Seekers available, but this Munchkin's
กู
lockdown
ว่า
is
เซอร์เซียไม่ต้องฝึก
next
จริงแล้ว
objective
ฝึกลม
here.
ปาน
If
พอ
they can
ไอ้ปิก
secure
ไป
orb control here.
มึงไปนั่งควบคุมลมปานก่อนไป
เฮ้ย
Switching
อัน
it
นี้
up
จริง
and look
ที่
at
โรงพยาบาล
this.
อ่ะ
ไม่เวลาฟังแค่จะกิ๊กต้องกรองเลย
น้อง
I don't
บอก
believe
มา
what I'm
ไม่
saying.
ใช่ไรสาระ
The
ประมาณ
timing on wingspan
80%
check.
นะ
อะไร
Hands haven't looked
เอา
back. He's just looked away.
Hui.
He's no idea they slipped
เฮ้ย
through. Oh, the timing!
ปล่อยโอ้โห
No! Heartbreak for
และ
Man.
สำคัญอีเหี้ย
Absolutely fumbled in the
Ooh.
hour of need. Perfectly positioned for it. They're not out of it yet, though. There's still a
ไอ้
chance.
เหี้ยทั้ง
but
ชีวิต
that
มึง
could
อะ
have been
ต้องช็อตนี้แหละ
Munchkin does
Là
get
mừng
the
thiến à
lockdown
nè.
off this, but again with no progress, Zeta has been sat at the top of B
ช็อต
long
นี้
here.
คือทั้งชีวิต
Sire
ของมึง
will be
แล้วอะ
disconnected.
ไอ้บ้าน
And the defensive lockdown comes through. 30 seconds left on the clock. Will prevent the plant from coming through. And
Oh.
counter lockdown invested. Maybe
Anh ấy lồm
catch
bàn
the
mấy, Geek.
backside of this.
Lồm bàn này
Sire
nó
finds
kìa.
crashes.
Kìa, Sire.
Still doable here.
He's giving them a chance here. Lockdown just going to tick through now. Next couple of seconds. Can they get the plant safely? Looks like Victor wants to try and deny it. Munchkin, he's got it down. Okay, get out of there. Into the post plant now. 3v3. Man's still standing. Some still alive. And
Ui.
Victor is there. And when Artis stands, he delivers. Diffuse started. Who can stop him? Anyone. And he's not
Pita.
jumping off. Stops. Not
พีทอะ
stopping
เออ
until
มา
now.
แล้วโอ้โหแต่ได้ครึ่งแล้วกูว่าแพ้แล้ว
To
ถ้าได้
relinquish
ครึ่ง
that
อะ
diffuse for a second. A 3v2 though, Munchkin and Zeta's still desperately trying to pressure this. NRG now standing in numbers. Another tap on the spike.
Yeah.
Som takes down Zeta. It's all on Munchkin. He tried his best, but it was never going to
Adi.
be enough.
Adi.
NRG